Oh wait, holy shit. We're doing 5 games? Oh
You're not
my
supposed to give
god.
away how many we're doing, but yeah.
I didn't realize.
Oh shit!
We're doing so many. What the fuck?
I told you.
I.
Anyway. Alright, I need to load the game, and then I'm actually good. Doesn't that sound like a thing that would be necessary?
I don't know, do you think so?
Yeah, and then hopefully this is played on the correct patch this time. Unlike the gold games that we tried to cast, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, as it turns out, if you don't have ones up from the patch, it just errors out while you play them.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense, right? That's kind of like the normal issue.
Yeah, I mean, what would make more sense is if they had just like a replay player that just functioned, but you know.
Uh-huh. I mean, come on, the game's only been out like 12 years, right? You can't expect that.
Yeah, true. Okay. Alright, I've got it loaded, if you do. We could maybe do some League of Legends.
Do indeed. Have it loaded.
Alright. Well then, officially welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to LRS week number 2, our first cast of the year. I'm Maris, and my co-caster tonight is the lovely world champion, potentially, Kato.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Potentially, we'll see.
Potentially. World's top 16 in Legends of Runeterra. Not a game that we're playing today, but, you know. I'm super excited for you, but we can maybe bullshit more about that later. So, yeah, let's look. Well, let me pop out of this chat, and then let's take a look at our game for this evening. Our first matchup is going to be Darkwind taking on PvE esports. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. This is Darkwind's technical first stage match. They didn't have a team in the slot because of a team backing out, and then new team joining wasn't quite ready yet. So they got a bye week in week number 1 that they'll have to play later on. PvE comes in at 1-0, so should be a good challenge for the boys to start off.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, let's go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go. I still don't have the right timers on. Oh well, that's fine. On the bottom side of the map, wearing the blue health bars for game number 1 is going to be PvE esports. Rivarhi in the top lane playing Mordekaiser. Pig, Boss, Moo in the jungle on Kindred. Somlus. So it's an umlaut, right? So you have to stick your lips out when you
Yeah.
say it? Yeah, so Somlus. Playing Auction in mid lane. Is Jarvan invisible?
Uh, yeah. Is that Jarv?
I. Oh no, all the models are invisible.
True.
Uh.
That is very true.
Dallas and Lunar Effector in the bottom lane playing Vayne and Thresh. I don't. So they're invisible for you as well, right?
Yeah, no, they're invisible for me as well. So it has to be like an issue with like either the file itself or the client.
Um.
It's kind of amazing, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't. If you rewind per Colbran, it fixes it.
All right, I'm gonna hit backspace. Oh,
Oh,
yep, it's
okay.
working.
Does that permanently fix it, or do we have to do it later? Okay, I'm at 121, 122, 123.
I'm pretty close,
Okay.
basically that.
Um, I also
Yeah.
didn't see Colbran message anywhere.
Um, I mean, I imagine they're either like in a chat or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, top side of the rift, red health bars. We have RotM liposuction lane, playing the Ornn Seaver Fever on the Jarvan jungle. Mid lane Hokage on the Orianna mid lane, and then Colbrand and Black Salt on the Jinx Lulu bottom lane.
All right. Well, we've escaped our first issue of the game, so you know.
I wonder if that's an issue with like just this, or maybe like on this patch with every game you have to.
I'm assuming it's on this patch because last patch didn't have that happen. Clearly, I haven't seen the Jinx chroma or Jinx. That's Vayne. Vayne chroma. That's a nice chroma.
Uh-huh.
She's very pink.
She do be very pink. Which skin is that?
That's Spirit Blossom.
Is that?
Yeah.
Vayne has a Spirit Blossom skin?
Yeah. Did you not play the visual novel?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. She was like super tsundere. She didn't like you at all, Baka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I definitely played the dating sim.
Clearly
Yeah.
for Vayne, right?
Of
Riven?
course. Literally only Vayne.
You wanted Cassiopeia to crush your bone. Like those are the champions you're into.
He just missed. Wait, can you miss?
It's
What, is
actually
his grappling hook
a
just too short?
that wasn't his grappling hook. That was his boomerang. His
No,
Q.
there was a second thing that came out,
Oh,
right?
I didn't see the second thing. I
It
only
looked
saw
like
the
he
boomerang.
threw like a tether at the wall.
Okay, well
You
then he
know.
might have missed that because yeah, you can miss it. It's like
Okay.
it functionally
Camille.
is the same as Camille's hook shot. Yeah.
Except you get like free auto attacks during it, which is pretty weird.
Yeah, Champ's really fun to play. I actually have never seen his skin in game, so this is a new one on me. Dallas is just autoing attack. He's
Okay.
continuing. Okay, all right.
I don't know if that was favorable. That was um usually when you're in early game Vayne auto trading against two different champions, you don't normally out DPS them, and we can kind of see that in the HP totals there in the bottom lane now. His auto attack animation is ugly as hell. Oh?
Yeah, Samlos may be in trouble as Seaver Fever's there. Gonna trade flashes with. I don't know which one I said. Samlos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The two of them do be trading flashes though. Yeah, right place, right time there for Seaver Fever, making sure that Sunlos isn't able to get that solo kill onto mid lane Hokage. They even get to shove that in, so Orianna gonna get a free recall here. A little bit of a tempo advantage then, you know, we'll be able to spend her money a little bit more early.
Yeah.
Liposuction lane, though, is in a little bit of a precarious position.
Yeah, Pig is here. He's gonna go ahead and nicely CC immune the God, I'm stumbling all over my words. I need to just stop. Seaver Fever's there just to try to chase away, and Pig has to burn his flash, so.
Yeah, that was actually really well played by Lipolane. It was definitely a precarious position, but doing a really good job to take advantage of his unstoppable by the way, while in that W animation, is able to just make it out. Although his lane, not in the best spot right now. Already down 16 CS, and his wave is sort of slow pushing forward. So he's only going to end up continuing to lose more CS. It's kind of fucked. It's kind of really fucked. He needs Seaver Fever to walk up there with him right now and crash that wave. Otherwise, he's never going to be allowed to lane again.
Yeah, as rough as that is, there's an advantage brewing in bottom lane, though, for Dark Wind, as Colbrin and Black Salt have managed to accrue a decent lead, although the hook
It's
going to pull
illegal.
back in
What the fuck?
Seaver Fever here. He's trying to kite back to Lipo lane, but there's so much damage coming out of the Mordekaiser, and it's first blood for Ravarhi, and Lipo is forced away. I've
Oh,
never
yeah,
abbreviated Lipo lane as just Lipo, so that was a new one on me. But he should be out of there.
that was not the cleanest play in the world from the RTM duo there.
Yeah,
And Ravarhi
Samlos
takes full advantage of it.
Samlos just chunking right through, but mid lane Hokage should be able to hide behind. Oh, he can't hide behind enough minions. And Pick Boxmoo actually takes the mark on the Gromp and is now auto-attacking down Colbrin. But Seaver Fever's here in their back pocket, a flash away from Lunar Effect. They're trying to get onto Pick Boxmoo, but he's got just enough speed with that Dance of Arrows to get out of there, and Samlos is going to scare him off. He's level 7 right now, and the trio for a Darkwind is all level 4.
Yeah, no, it's a little bit scary. The Sumless, or this Akshan's going to be very difficult to deal with picking up that solo kill there in the mid lane. We saw even earlier was applying a ton of pressure, just 1v1. You know, was sort of stopped by Seaver Fever earlier this time around. Not around to help out the Orianna, though
Yep,
mid lane
mid lane
Hokage
Hokage.
trading oppos.
Yeah, that was a really good dodge on the Shockwave with the grappling hook from Somlos. And now in the bottom lane, Zap going to land onto Dallas, and they'll at least chase him off of the wave for the time being. So
Okay, so
yeah,
Akshan grappling hook. Do you control what direction you like
yeah,
swing?
you do.
Okay.
He's in onto mid lane Hokage again, demonstrating in the mid lane. The boomerang, one more auto. He can't quite get it. He canceled it for the movement speed, but didn't go through with the extra damage.
He kind of does a shit ton of damage, and he's sitting on like 1100 gold, right? Like he hasn't recalled since he got the solo kill, and he's still just applying so much pressure here in the mid lane. Uh, his grappling hook seems kind of fucking broken.
Yeah.
Why does he deal so much damage during it?
Because it's fun. Is probably the whole reason.
Yeah, but it's like if someone saw Callista, you know, hopping around in the autos, and it's like, it's too many button presses. What if we press the button once, and we just machine gun people?
Yeah. No, Auction has some stuff in his kit. You know, he really needed the 3-hit passive, the 2-hit passive, the 1-hit passive, the shield, the movement speed. Those are all passives, by the way.
Where'd he get the shield from?
The revive. So he does double on his auto attacks, and if you cancel one, you get a shield and move speed, and if you don't cancel one, then it just does damage. Or something.
What does that mean?
So he's got Lucian passive just on all of his auto
Fire an
attacks.
additional shot. He can cancel his shot to instead gain move speed?
Yeah.
69? That's a lot.
Nice.
He also gains his shield? Yeah, this guy's broken. What the fuck?
This is Aikido learning about Auction in real time.
12-second cooldown. That's shorter than Camille's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that okay?
Because it's interruptible?
And Camille's at least melee, right? Alright, so Kindred might be looking mid here. Mid lane Hokage is playing to the correct side of the lane.
Yeah,
Seaver
Fever.
Fever.
Oh, not quite able to find it, but throws the 2 marksmen into the jacuzzi. Instead, the shockwave. Oh, I think mid lane Hokage lost track of his ball there. Somlos is getting low. He's getting ticked down, and they'll eventually. Oh no, he gets the trade with the boomerang. Ravarhi's in, and he'll take Lipo into Brazil. Cyber Brazil, not a great place for Ornn to be right now, but Black Salt and Seaver Fever are there to help him out if he's able to pop back out. He'll get the Lulu ult, and PvE can't quite track down the rest of the kills, so just the 1-for-1, the 2 mid laners trading for each other.
Yeah, and it looked like it should go in favor of ROTM. They had the backup first, but unfortunately enough, just not quite finding its target with the shockwave means that Sunlos is able to just kite it out and be able to trade that kill back. Um, can he res himself
No,
if he kills someone with like a burn after he died?
no, he can't. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
that'd be kind of cool.
Don't quote me, because now you have me doubting myself. But
I mean, I feel like he probably can't, right? I'm sure that if I click on it, it probably says allies specifically, right? Copium. It has to. It has to say allies.
no revives. Oh yeah, that's right. They did. They changed it so that he can't revive any allies after he dies by getting an assist after he's already dead. So
That's
that's
probably
nice.
a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway, God, a little. I'm not going to get to tangent. Lunar Effect is here. Oh, not able to find the Flay. The hook is going to land on the mid lane Hokage, but Black Salt and Fever both here as well. Gets the knock up. The Shockwave does do a little bit of damage, and the Super Mega Death Rocket is there from downtown. It's 2 kills for RTM.
Yeah, once again, Fever, right place, right time to
Colburn and Dallas just
turn
going to
that
trade
around.
auto attacks in the bottom lane. This usually goes pretty well for the
Okay.
Vayne, and there it is. The solo kill for Dallas on Colburn.
Yeah, pretty well played there with the flash condemn there, getting the stun, which is pretty good in a 1v1 if you're an 80 carry. Um, able to pick that one up, which is pretty good considering they just lost a kill mid. ROTM doing a good job of sort of holding this Akshan down, who was incredibly far ahead in the early game, and last few minutes hasn't been able to do quite as much. A nice little combo there in the mid lane rather, uh, able to slow him down.
Yeah, kind of interesting also you can see the priorities right now. PvE going to go ahead and take up that Rift Herald. Meanwhile, the dragon spawns though, and Dark Wind are on top of that as Fever has already begun slaying that dragon.
Yeah, and with Darkwind's team composition, it's very much the team fighting front to back wombo combo. It's about as standard a team fighting composition as you can get, right? Um, so I think playing around the dragons, trying to force that as an objective later on in the game makes a lot of sense.
Ooh, Dallas
Oh,
maybe in trouble, gets polymorphed, stuck on the flame choppers. He's got nowhere to go.
oh,
But he's fine. Oh, okay, the Death Rocket is there from Colburn to secure the kill. Meanwhile, Lane just fighting for his life to try to survive up in this top lane. He's underneath his tier 2 and has to expend his ult in order to make sure PvE isn't diving him underneath his inner tower. They're going to drop my God, Shelly in top lane and take down the first tower of the game. So you can see the split map focus for both teams. The bot lane getting pretty strong for ROTM, but the top side of the map for PvE is where it's at.
yeah, and Lane did a really good job there, on the weak side of the map to not die, versus Dallas, who did end up falling to ROTM, though with that Rift Herald, a little bit of extra pushing power. In fact, ROTM's not even going to be able to get the bot lane turret here.
And Rivarhi is cutting the minion wave. Pick boss move still in the back pocket. They could look for a dive here on Lipo lane. They have a couple of different ways to juggle aggro if they want to, and they have the Kindred ult, but Lane just gonna sacrifice his second turret. And our team not getting anything back on the other side this time.
Yeah, we kind of highlighted it earlier in the game, just the lead that Rivarhi was able to get on his own, and a really good job by PvE to play to that side of the map and sort of accelerate what he's been able to do. Because right now it's a huge amount of gold that's gone into their pockets. They're even in kills, but up 4,000, and most of that's through that top lane lead.
So how are you feeling about the triple marksman comp as we go forward for PvE?
I can't imagine it's good at team fighting, right? That's probably going to be its weak point. So I think if our team's able to stabilize here and then force team fights with their, very obviously team fighting composition. Oh, Pig move.
Oh, Pig is in a lot of trouble. He's forced to use the Lamb's Respite. I don't know. He's buying a lot of time, and Rivarhi's here. He's going to take somebody into the Sex Dungeon, but already one kill for ROTM. Somlos is taken low, and he'll get rammed to death by Lipo Lane from downtown. Now Rivarhi trying to kite back away, gets clapped, gets beaten, gets put into stasis by the stopwatch. He'll eventually fall at the backside of that as a shutdown to mid lane Hokage. And the dive continuing for ROTM, and it's going well. Seaver Fever is fine on the other side of that. They need to drop tower aggro a little bit, but it's an ace for ROTM on a kind of broken play on an attempted pick from Pick Pick.
Yeah, Pig Boss Move just walked straight into multiple members of ROTM, just kind of lost track of where they were at, and Darkwind doing a really good job just taking full advantage of that. And with the team composition that they have, if they get up on numbers, they can just sort of run you over. And we were looking at a 4K gold lead, now shrunk to about 1.5. So doing a really good job of stabilizing here.
Yeah, so a close game number 1 in the cards potentially. Um, just taking a quick look across some of these mythic items getting completed. Anything really standing out to you? I think the most interesting thing to me, I like how I asked you a question and then I'm going to give you my answer before I let you answer. Pick going to steal away the Gromp as well, so that's another mark. I don't know how many that is. That's probably 4. That is 4. Yeah. The most interesting one to me is going to be the Iceborne on Seaver Fever. It's a little bit more of a defense, It's a lot a bit more of a defensive choice for the Jarvan, and not one that I'm particularly used to seeing. Rivarhi in a little bit of trouble. Not going to get Glitter Lance though by Black Salt. Polymorph coming through. Seaver Fever is here, gets the EQ knock up, and the damage is there for mid lane Hokage.
It was a little bit scary there for a second. Oh,
now the hook in mid lane though onto Lipo lane. It's going to pop the Ornhorn. Not able to get back into range to actually connect it, but it'll scare off Dallas and Pig and Lunar Effect, and Seaver Fever and Black Salt in the back pocket, so nothing else developing.
yeah, I think just not dying there is pretty good for Lipo lane. But they're in the bottom lane, the 3 versus 1 on the Mordekaiser. I don't know if they were tracking the ultimate cooldown or not, but Rivarhi was about 10 seconds off of being able to pick that up, and with how much damage he was doing to mid lane Hokage, it feels like if he had the ultimate, he would have been able to trade back at least 1 kill there.
So Seaver Fever isn't known until just now when that ward goes in. Not able to find the EQ. Does throw Vayne into the jacuzzi just to try to stall, but this fight has already gone a little bit poorly for ROTM. Somlos has taken Loso's Colbert on the backside, trying to dash back away from Dallas, but he'll fall. It's all going for PvE as Lipo Lane will fall. So does Black Salt. It's an ace for PvE.
And just stark contrast to the last team fight. This time around, the members of PvE were all there, and they did a really good job of kiting out the initial engage. Seaver Fever went in and just didn't have any kind of backup. So, once he goes down, there's not a whole lot of front line left. And PvE just kind of roll over the fight there.
Yeah, and 2 more towers, plus, almost more importantly, going to stall out that Mountain Soul for ROTM as they pick up their first dragon of the game. And as quick as ROTM were back in the game, it's swung back the other way now. In PvE, probably firmly in control, I'd say. 6,000 gold is nothing to sneeze at this point.
Yeah, 6,000 gold is pretty okay. I don't know what that was. I just really let him know. If you're going to take my blue ward, you're going to take 80 damage for it.
I don't know if he was attempting to steal Sheila, but, that's also not really an objective.
He super missed if he was trying to do that.
Maybe blue buff?
Maybe Gromp. Maybe he's aiming for Gromp. He's just like
sure.
the YOLO.
Rivarhi is very big, by the way. He's bought a Zanya's and then had enough extra in his pocket to just grab a Spectre's Cowl as well. And that's a strong boy.
He do kind of be massive though, again, coming back to just the amount of elite he was able to pick up in lane.
Somlos gets pulled back in by the Shockwave, couple more autos. He's trying to trade himself, and he does successfully. So nicely played by Somlos, and just not quite enough damage there yet for mid lane Hokage. Now Lipo Lane gonna call in the Ornhorn, doesn't find Dallas on that one, but the Exhaust will eventually be able to track him down. There's no escape for the Vayne, and another shutdown for Colbert.
Yeah, and both of these teams just trying to make plays in the side lanes there, and Darkwind coming out on top with this. You know, they technically traded 2 for 1. Though there isn't a whole lot they're getting other than that. They're not taking the turrets. They're not getting a lot of the standing gold, and you know, finally going to be able to pick up that one in the bottom lane. But you know, it's just even when they're making plays, they're just not getting a whole lot for it. You know, having to recall instantly to pick up these waves mid. Um, Yeah, I don't know. They really need to find a decisive victory, I think, to be able to actually get back into this game. Because right now, these little one-offs just aren't doing them a whole lot of favors.
Ooh,
Ooh,
and Rovarhi gonna pull him in with the claw, but not quite enough to do anything else. Maybe he'll
that's a
bother
tank
him.
Jarvan. And that's a lot of damage coming out of Rivarhi.
Yeah, not really any MR in the build yet from Seaver Fever. He's going Sterix, it looks like, is his next item.
There's MR in the Mythic, right?
Yeah, not that much, though.
I mean, the first 25 MR is, like, really important, right? That means
Yeah.
he's probably at, what, like 60?
Yeah, fair
Let
enough.
me click on him. He's at 81. But he
Fair
do be
enough.
taking a lot of damage, though.
Yeah. Sixth turret the
God,
game.
what the fuck is the range on that?
It's infinite as long as it hits stuff.
What? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Dallas might be in trouble again. He's trying to get to the lantern, but it's already warded by Lipo Lane. They'll get the knock up into the wall, and Black Salt unfortunately takes that kill. Meanwhile, mid lane Hokage takes a trip to Brazil. He's there. He flashes over the wall to safety. Seaver Fever just takes another bonk, though. Rivarhi, you know, Mordekaiser in that pentakill cinematic just like one-tapped Viego. He's one-tapping other people here on the Rift, so...
That play was actually kind of nice from mid lane Hokage, able to just find the corner there, flashing over the wall and surviving.
Seaver Fever forcing onto Somlos.
Uh,
Can they actually get the kill? He's going to fall in the process, but... oh, the trade one for... Oh, man, that did so much damage. I was a little scared there for Colbrin after he came back out from being a squid momentarily.
Yeah, no, it's a little scary there for a second, but...
Ooh, Lane's got some ornaments coming through. I tested...
I just wanted to... Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to say, I tested Winged last week. Do you know your ornament names?
God, no.
Okay.
I know the one that you hate, the fucking Wormfall and something or other.
Yeah, not in this game, though. At least for Darkwind. He's got the turbocharged experiment right now. That's
a name.
Yeah, that's the
Well, so Luden's is like, what is it right now? It's Luden's Echo, so it's like Luden's Pulse or something, right?
Yeah, it's something stupid.
And then Gale Force is
I'm pretty sure it's just Typhoon. I don't know if that's 100% correct.
I like that. That's
if
a
that's
good
not
name.
right, they should take that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rivarhi is in the pit right now. He doesn't have flash, so he can't leave. He's got his ult, though, so that's what he's going to opt to go with. Lane is going to turn. They're looking for Lunar Effect. They'll take him down to start the fight. Seaver Fever escapes from Brazil, and now swinging along the side is going to be Somlos. He takes fire, not quite able to finish off Seaver Fever. Dallas, though, does, as he'll get back in. He's trying to kite back away, but there's nowhere to run for that Vayne, and mid lane Hokage takes him down. ROTM grabs 3 kills, and they'll grab another dragon.
Why are there no close team fights here? It feels like, you know, one team will ace the other team, and then they'll just swap 2 minutes
the flash
later.
Over the wall that SMD rocket wasn't quite enough to finish him off, and Lane will take the blast cone back out to safety.
Why is he invisible?
That's his W.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called going rogue. He's also invisible an indefinite amount of time as long as he's near terrain.
Just forever.
Yeah, as long as he's,
he's near a wall. So if he's not in lane, he's just invisible. It's like old Twitch.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He also gets 90 MS? Oh, when moving towards scoundrels. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he just got 90 MS.
Oh, no. No, that would be too broken.
Yeah, no. He just has to have Vayne passive for some reason. Okay, so this game, it's pretty close. Like, even though PvE is up 4K, RotM has still been able to find some advantageous fights. So right now, This Baron is unknown to our team. They are not in a position to contest this. Multiple
Yeah.
people on the opposite side of the map, and it's just going to go over to PvE for free.
Ooh! All right, not quite free. They took the rocket. It was close. That was a good attempt from Colburn.
It was timed pretty well, but Lunar Effect did a good job of being on the backside of the pit and tanking that. So even if it were timed slightly better, I don't think that it would have actually
Yeah.
killed the Baron.
There's the danger of the 3 marksman comp, though. They do be killing Baron pretty fast. Rivari gonna wander into Lipo lane. A little
I
bit of
don't think
damage
they
so far
win
for the
this.
Mordekaiser. Yeah, now Seaver Fever trapped into the
Yeah.
Mordekaiser ult. Can he actually survive long enough? He does with the EQ, and now Rivari will be in trouble as he gets collapsed upon by
Oh my
3 people.
God.
He gets knocked up. He's still healing. He's got the stopwatch now and eventually falls. Unfortunately, it's Black Salt with his 4th kill of the game.
That's honestly, we've talked about Barons before, and the number one killer of Baron pushes is your team resetting and then someone getting caught immediately after that, or before the rest of your team's on the board to actually start pushing out uh, these waves and applying pressure. So our team doing a really good job of getting that pick. It was a little bit scary when it was just the 2 tanks, but enough people came up that they were able to take down Rivarhi, and I guess PvE still gets a turret, but it was an outer turret. That was going to fall anyway, right?
Yeah. It is Typhoon, by the way. I was right. I feel good about that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. It was a good call.
Anyway, 18 to 12. It's our team in the lead in kills. 2 kills or 2 dragon kills in the lead as well on Soul Point, but you'd be hard pressed to say that PvE is not at the advantage right now. Just the 6,000 gold, the amount of turrets that they've been able to accrue. It's tough sledding now for RTM to find a fight to get into it.
Yeah, even with this disadvantage, if you look at just the gold across the board, PvE is very much, should be favored in these fights. But Darkwind has done a good job of still being able to find winning team fights here. So, definitely not out of it. They do have the better team fighting composition. Ooh, they missed the blue trinket. Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Dragon spawning in 90 seconds. That will be Mountain Soul for Darkwind if they're able to pick that one up. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a big moment if they're able to, control enough to even contest it. It's gonna be tough though with Rivarhi just camping up in that top lane. Lane can match him, but of course can get sent to Brazil at any time, and then at that point, your top laner's on a vacation to Rio and can't really join the fight.
I've seen that movie though. It seems like
Yeah.
a nice place.
Yeah, there's like birds. It's a nice movie.
And they do be singing though.
Yeah, they singing, they do the samba.
They do.
Where
I'm just
my
saying, it's not the
samba
worst place
doing
for your top
birds?
laner to get sent.
Yeah. Dallas gonna get knocked up by Lipo lane. He's just getting shredded though by the Vayne. The Silverbolt's procs really stacking up. Seaver Fever just chasing down Lunar Effect. Oh, the sidestep on the hook. That was cheeky AF. But unfortunately, they'll have to cede control of the Dragon Pit without their Tonk top laner.
So
And then Hokage is still walking in. They're still looking to contest this. Pick Bossmu takes a huge
Okay.
chunk. Somlos and Colburn going to just trade auto attacks, and that does not go well for Colburn as Somlos gets the solo kill. Rivarhi pulls Black Salt into the Death Realm as Dallas is ripping through the carries on the other side. He tumbles forward. He's got a double kill. Black Salt, the last one left alive for Dark Wind, and I don't think he can contest as Pick Bossmu is going to pick up the dragon.
weirdly enough, that was a pretty good fight there for PvE. They just tore through Lipo lane at the start of the fight, and after that, Darkwind just wasn't really able to mount a counterattack, especially with Colbrand bottom lane. And
Yeah, Lunar Effect getting taken low. It's Lane and Black Salt trying to defend, and so far got one kill. The dive's still coming through, though, for Rivarhi. He doesn't have his ult, so he's got no way to juggle aggro. The Absolution, not quite enough there from Somlos, and they'll take down another turret, though, as PvE staying alive. The Jinx Rocket, not quite enough to finish off Rivarhi. Black Salt trying to speed everybody back out of the base, but I don't know that they can find anything else except Pick Bossmu was killing a ward for some reason. They're looking to turn this one on to him. Can they get over the wall? The Ornhorn just sails a little bit wide, only hits the blue buff, unfortunately. Somlos is going to get spotted here as well. This is so cheeky from PvE, but they're all going to manage to escape.
Yeah, no, it's a little scary there for a second, but Darkwing wasn't quite able to find their way onto uh, anyone there and actually lock them down. Eye of Luden? That's what it's called?
Yeah,
I
why not?
I thought it used to be like Luden's Pulse or something. Am I making that up?
It was. That was when it was
Oh, pre-item
Luden's.
rework?
Yeah, pre-item
It
rework.
is Echo. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Echo then Pulse, and now it's whatever it is, and now it's I.
Eye of Luden. That's just, I don't
I don't know who
like
Luden
that.
is, but he probably is missing that.
Yeah? Do you think so? It doesn't really look like an eye though, isn't it like a staff?
Oh yeah,
Did he put his eye in the staff?
you can't just
I
ask
don't think that,
questions
that
like
helps
that.
your vision very
Black
well.
Salt with a nice little
Ooh.
sidestep on the hook. He's gonna pull in Lunar Effect with the Shockwave. But now big team fight ult down for ROTM. Pig Boss Moon just getting a little chunk out of Seaver Fever. ROTM retreated back into that tri-bush area as Baron Buff has
Oh.
spawned. The hook gonna land onto mid lane Hokage. He's forced into the Zanyas. In comes the Orin Horn just to try to defend, and mid lane Hokage able to flash out the Absolution. Not quite enough damage there from Somlos. Lunar Effect is separated from his team, but I don't know that he's particularly uh, worried about that one right now as Rivarhi Dallas and Pig Bossmu are onto it. That was a 50-50 and a half. It was 17 health when it was auto-attacked away by Dallas. Seaver Fever's into the Death Realm and he'll fall. Dallas on a rampage and ROTM now in full retreat back toward their base. Well, not
Yeah.
completely
Oh.
full, unfortunately. Mid lane Hokage gets left. The Shockwave pulls
Okay.
him in, but it
Oh.
was enough damage on the whatever his hook shot is called ability.
Uh, Grapple Hook?
Is it just called
Let me look.
grapple hook?
It's Heroic Swing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I can't imagine they
It
just
do be
call
a swinger
the
though.
thing grapple hook.
Why not? I think that's a great name.
I mean, I think it's a great name. They'll never go for it. Hook not quite gonna land. PvE is just going for it. Nexus turret number 1 gonna fall. They use the Lamb's Respite, and that is going to secure it. There's no way that they can kill everybody in time as the Nexus falls for game number 1. PvE closes it out after securing their second Baron.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a back and forth there, but able to maintain their early lead and just continue to come out on top in these fights.
Yeah, so a close game in terms of kill count, but in terms of what the gold graph actually looks like, it would be a pretty steady increase, a pretty steady win for PvE. We'll see if our team can turn it around in game number 2. I don't have the graphic ready. This is a bad transition. Don't look at me.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can look.
Okay.
Also, yo, shout out to Lane. That's his own sub for 2 months and then 5 more gifted, which is a lot of subs now. He's gifted 35. That's a couple. And Vbon, also a shout out. He's on a 6-month. He's subscribed for 6 months and currently on a 2-month streak because I can read that. That's pretty neat. And you all are really cool people who are watching the stream right now. Oh, y'all
Fine, you didn't call out my reason. Holy shit.
Did you have the resub?
That's fucked up. That's hurtful, frankly.
I don't see it on my chat anywhere. It's in my
At the
event.
very
Okay,
beginning.
it's in my event. You're at 11 months?
That's
Holy
cool.
shit.
That's
a
cool.
couple.
No, I get
No,
it,
no,
I
no,
get
that's
it.
really cool.
No, it's whatever. No, it's not that big a deal. Oh shit.
It just isn't on my chat box. I'm sorry.
Marionette coming in with the prime poggers.
Oh, 9 months. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Where are we going? What? What am I hitting? Jeez. Alright. I'm like flailing around on buttons while I'm in game and I don't know what I'm doing exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do occasionally. Not you specifically, but like as one does.
I do be flailing from time to time.
Alright, so I have to play it, and then pause it, backspace, and then the people will appear? No, that didn't work. Oh, it did work. Okay. Alright. We in it.
Mine. Let me hit backspace. See if my people appear. Okay, my people appear. Pog. Okay, I'm at 0. Where are you at?
I'm also at 0.
Pog.
Alright, let's take a look at game number 2. It's a very wholesome game to use.
Anytime.
I'll give you a coggers for that. Alright. We're back for game number 2. PvE took game number 1. We'll see if RotM can bounce back. If you're ready, Akedo.
I am.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna let you start, but you were already starting, so then
I
just
was.
interrupted you.
I was on it. No. Blue side of the rift, looking to even up this series. We have Lipa Lane in the top lane on the Aatrox Seaver Fever, Diana jungle, mid lane Hokage playing that Syndra in the mid lane, and then Colbrand and Blacksalt on the Tristana Nautilus bottom lane.
And on the top side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, looking to close out the series, are PvE esports. Rovarhi in the top lane on the set, who is going to find a hook to the face immediately. He'll get jumped on. Colbrand with the auto attack. It's first blood for Lipa Lane. Pick
Colbrand
boss
started
move.
rocket jump.
He did.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Pick boss moo in the jungle playing Karthus. Somlos on the absolute degeneracy that is Tryndamere mid. And Dallas and Lunar Effect in the bottom lane playing Vayne and Thresh.
So, Tryndamere mid. What
Yeah.
makes this good?
You're playing Tryndamere,
Uh-huh.
and you can't be
Okay,
punished
so
for
what
being
makes you
Tryndamere.
good? Okay. So what makes
So he got buffed, and he's just the most stupid overtuned character that has ever existed in League of Legends, because
would they buff?
fuck that
Does he
champion.
just like stat check people now or what?
So he's always stat check people, but now he has more stats than
What'd they buff?
them.
Did they buff his healing? Did they buff his
They reduced the cooldown on his spin, they increased his healing, and one other thing, I think.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
remember 100%, but it showed up in LCK all of a sudden, and then now it's just a thing that we have to deal with in real life. Lane also has
Oh
to deal
my
in
God.
real life with just getting punched in the face by an angry man who died already once this game. And despite having an extra 10 AD in his back pocket, doesn't come out ahead on that trade.
Yeah, Set do be trading pretty well in the early game. Did a good job to be able to get the stun
Ooh,
there, and
even gets
now
the facebreaker back in. He's got nowhere to go. Rovarhi with a solo kill in the top lane after being down specifically to his lane opponent. So that's pretty huge for Rovarhi.
yeah, it's not ideal for Lipo Lane. Well, he's gonna get the reset. Gets 2 pops. So, maybe that'll be enough to be able to weather the storm, but as of right now, not great start for him.
With a flash forward from Black Salt, the bomb on Dallas is going to tick through. It's a really positive trade for Colbrand and Black Salt if you don't count the summoner spell usage from Black Salt.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
still
know,
a good trade.
maybe he was expecting Colbrand to get the reset with the jump or something and do a little bit more damage.
How much of the enemy AD carry's health do you need to get to make your flash investment worth it? I guess that's a deep question.
I think it probably, like, it's not a specific amount of health, it's more about, like, how much pressure are you applying.
Yeah, Seaver Fever in the top lane looking for Rovarhi, but Pick
Karthus
Boss
is
Moo is
here.
also here. He's level 4 on the Karthus, gets the Wall of Pain slow. Rovarhi with a huge amount of damage onto Seaver Fever. They'll take him down. Lane just trying to trade back. Can he get the auto? He does, but now the Karthus passive will eventually finish him off, I would imagine. He's just fine up there in the top lane. Colbrand has to rocket jump away as Black Salt takes another Silver Bolt's proc, and Lane is just fine. He dashed back over the Herald Pit, and it looks like he is A-okay up in that top lane, so he'll get away with murder. Very literally.
Yeah, you do be killing people, though. Now 2-1-0. But Rivarhi still pretty scary, and when your Karthus is winning 2v2s in the early game, that's not ideal. Uh, for the enemy team, Lipo, do you see? So he has this massive wave, right? But he's still behind in CS, or not in CS, in XP. Oh
Oh,
my
oh my
god!
gosh, that auto
Oh,
reset on Rovarhi was enough to
oh,
finish off lane. Ghost
what?
used by Somlos, he'll eventually be tracked down and finished off by
How did
Seaver
that?
Fever.
That was a bullshit hook. What? That shit lollipopped like half the screen. What?
So part of it is hooks are like non-deterministic on replay files or some shit. Like, it might not have actually been like that. It might have been complete bullshit. I don't want to give benefit of the doubt to hitboxes and Riot games, but every
Uh-huh.
once in a while on the spectator client, they just be a little bit different. So
Do their other games have hitbox? Valorant doesn't have hitbox issues, right?
yeah,
Oh, Dallas looks to be
Dallas
dead.
is low, and he'll get
Oh
hooked and
my
taken
god.
down. Mid lane Hokage even teleports back in. Lunar effect. Oh, the
Oh!
wall, the stun
Mid
for
lane
mid lane
Hokage?
Hokage. He's got the ball, the orb, one more auto. He needs it.
Oh!
Oh, well, it's
There you go,
enough.
bud.
He got it.
God Gamer threw the W over the wall, knew that the flash was coming. What a gamer.
Oh, Black Salt may be in a little bit of trouble though. Samlo's gonna spin on him. He's got his rage bar filled up, so we're just getting the height of Tryndamere gameplay right now. This is peak Tryndamere.
Is he just gonna spin out now?
He could spin out. He could just
Oh,
continue fighting because look at how much he healed.
that guy's pretty good.
Yeah, I hate that champion so much.
So are you supposed to take flash now on Karthus? Oh, Somos, he has his
Yeah,
ultimate
Samlos has
available.
his ult, so
Looks like a dead Syndra.
that is the absolute peak of
Oh, trade? Oh,
gameplay in League of Legends.
wait, that lasted
How long do you think it lasts?
longer than I was expecting. That lasted like half a second longer than I was expecting.
Okay, but
too.
how long did you expect? Like 8 seconds? Because that's what it is.
Uh, 8?
8.
Stop it. That's not Tryndamere ult. Tryndamere ult doesn't last 8 seconds.
Yeah, it does.
5 seconds. Okay.
Is it 5?
Yeah.
What's 8 then?
I have no idea.
There's something stupid. Super. Well, Lena's gonna just find Pick Pick Boss Moo. I think they were trying to set up a dive, but he just kind of jumps the enemy jungler. Oh, he just doesn't get the face breaker.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a pretty good play there by Lipolane to avoid the dive. He's still incredibly far behind in this lane. Um, looking at it, it's what is it, 18 CS? 18 CS plus a full level at least, probably like a level and a half. Rivarki's kinda crushing face up here.
Yeah, and he built the tech. He's got the Bramble Vest, so it just gets more and more miserable
Ooh.
for Lipo Lane up there. Oh, the hook not quite able to land on Desamos.
Why didn't that one hit? The last, if the one earlier hit, that hook should have hit. Come on.
Well, Pig Pig Bossmoo has successfully turbo farmed. He's at level 6 now on the Karthus, so you have the Requiem available. Always have to be careful now as our team not to overextend, not to get too low.
Yeah, definitely a little bit scary to deal with. It's the Karthus jungle power, is he just power farms forever and then ganks you from across the map. So, you have to be a little bit aware of that, ROTM will.
Alright, so as much as
So,
we bitch and moan about like overloaded kits, the champion I hate the most in League of Legends is Tryndamere. Just
okay, yeah.
want that to be known. This is my baseline bias for this game. My second least favorite is Nasus, which should really say something about me, but you know.
Well, that's two of the strongest abilities that no one talks about, right? Like Chicken Shout, getting rid of like 30 AD or some shit is insane. And then Wither, I'm pretty sure Wither lasts like 8 seconds. It's fucking ridiculous. That ability's not
Yeah.
okay.
So Nasus I just hate. He buys a Sheen and then he's the strongest man in the entire universe, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why is that power spike so strong? But Tryndamere's infuriating because there's literally no point at which you can ever fight him. So
You can like,
if you
50-50
burn his,
him at level 2.
if he, yeah, that's a great strategy. I love, rouletting my game on a 50-50 at level 2. Here it is. the gameplay. Somlos gets another kill, and the orbs weren't quite in
Damn.
time. Seaver Fever will track it back with
Okay.
the Crescent Strike, so they do trade it back. It's a shutdown going to Seaver Fever. Colburn gets the autos into Dallas. Unfortunately, Blacksalt takes the kill with the hook, although I don't know that it would have been secured any other way, so, you know, fair enough. And Colburn's out. So they get another kill onto Dallas, and again, this bot lane of Colburn and Blacksalt is putting in work. They don't have a huge CS lead to show for it, but the extra kill and assist will feel pretty good.
Yeah, they've had a ton of pressure, and it's allowed Black Salt to roam quite a bit as well.
This is a really weird little situation. Seaver Fever's
Auto
found
the-
pick boss move. Oh, he's able to secure it. He'll.
Just auto the Herald with
Wait,
the
what is
eyes pointed
happening?
at
Why
you.
did he walk back in? The Crescent
Wait,
Strike's
kill
there.
him!
Oh no!
Kill him!
Skittle!
Oh, oh,
Lane!
ah,
Lane? Can they get
Lane!
him? Oh, that doesn't kill
oh,
him either!
no!
Oh no, Somlos is here with the poultry shout. They're gonna auto down Black Salt. Mid lane Hokage, he just doesn't have enough. Oh, he gets pulled in by the face breaker. Now he's gonna die. It's just one unfortunate event after another, and ROTM loses 4 in that little sequence.
You describe it as a series of unfortunate events. That was just awful for ROTM, just at every single point. Not able to pick up the Rift Herald. 3 people died to try and kill Karthus, and Karthus couldn't die either. That was just really rough. You hate to see it.
Even if he dies, he doesn't die. He probably gets more kills. It's unfortunate. It's unlucky.
It do be like that. It do be like that sometimes.
Oh, mid lane Hokage be zooming though. He's got the phase rush,
Okay.
but Somlos just doesn't.
Oh
care.
my, what
Oh
the
my.
fuck?
This is.
Okay,
I
Seaver,
want you to.
Seaver, chill, bro.
I'd really like you to look at the items that Tryndamere has, right? He's got nothing and he's doing this.
Yeah, he do be critting though. He's sitting on 2K. Jesus.
Yeah. Lane.
Okay.
Okay, Lane gets the
Lane?
shutdown. We got the solo kill. We're in it. All right.
Pog?
It's a 3k gold deficit for RTM.
Winnable?
And it's about to get bigger as the Rift Herald gets dropped in the mid lane by Pick Boss Moo. He'll get the solo
Okay.
turret gold, but Colburn gonna jump in. Dallas is chunked low. Otto's gonna finish him off, so at least something positive for RTM on the bottom side of the map is Seaver Fever dodging out some of those Skittles. The Lunar Rush comes through, or the Moonlight or something happened. It's a shutdown for mid lane Hokage.
We need to quit leaving Karthus at 1 HP. That's not ideal for us.
Moonfall. The whole moon just... That was it.
She do be bringing the whole moon down on your head there. That's why it hurts so much. Which Diana skin is that? I like that. Her
That's
little... Her skirt? I like her skirt.
That's the, like, Battle Queen skin. Took me a second to think of that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's... Battle Queen?
Yeah. It came out with Rel.
Oh, okay, okay. Kind of a weird name for a skin line. Like, that doesn't really, you know, evoke any pictures in my head. Like, I don't know just from the name what it's supposed to be.
Do you know it from all of skin line? Like,
I think normally, like, you know, Battle Academia, that do be telling me what's going on. Was this Dragon something or other set? You know, I get the idea there.
yeah, Dragon something or another, for sure.
I feel like usually you can get like a pretty clear picture of like the idea or the theme of it. But like Battle Queen means literally nothing. But I don't know.
I don't know who's...
Arthas
Sorry.
is coming top. No, you're fine. I was just trying to bring us back. Oh, Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. Oh,
He's
the
shit
Buster
on?
shot. Well, that
Get
was
shit on?
that was really strange.
The
Lunar
triple
effect is
jump?
down as well. The double kill for mid lane Hokage in the bottom lane as he expenses teleport for the gank. Unfortunately, Somlos is being Tryndamere, so they might lose their mid lane tower for this.
Yeah, it's a good collapse. Unfortunately, they're going to lose top lane for it. They're going to lose mid lane for it. So it doesn't necessarily add up as being worth it, but yeah, I like the play. I like that they're looking for plays. And they're really giving Dallas the business. Dallas has not been allowed to play this game. The bot lane of Darkwind here has been really good at keeping them down.
Yeah, second dragon in their back pocket. They They have the Mountain Soul win condition again, potentially, if they can get there, but this game feels
Oh my
almost out
god.
of pocket already at 14 minutes. Rivarhi just trying to fight the turret at the same time as he's fighting Lane. He gets the
Oh
healing back.
no.
Lane finishes him off in the middle of the ult animation, and so he sacrifices himself for a turret, but I think PvE is happy to play the turret game considering they have the champion Tryndamere on their team.
Yeah, no, Tryndamere in this set are kind of out of control at this point, and they're doing a really good job of splitting the map here, because any sort of even numbers fight with those champions feels like should go the way of PvE.
Yeah,
So
Pig
what beats
has his
Tryndamere right now? I'll go ahead. We
what
can
beats
talk about it.
Tryndamere? The
Yeah.
ban button.
Like, is there something in lane that deals with him?
No.
Do you run like Renekton or something and just like beat his ass?
No, right now, so mid laners are experiencing what top laners have known for forever, and that's that nothing actually beats Tryndamere. It just
I
forces
don't
you
think
to
that's
warp the way
true.
that you play the game. And like fundamentally, if you can play the game better than Tryndamere, you win it. As you can see, he failed to hit his R button in that case, so he didn't kill everybody. But it's a double kill for Colbrin, as he actually takes down Pig Bossmu as well. This is good for RTM, and I
This
won't
is
hear anything
good.
other than that. Yeah.
I mean, top lane's a little bit scary. Lipo lane's going to be able to try and answer that, but as we've seen a couple times, Rivarhi isn't too phased by having an Aatrox in his lane.
Yeah, Colbrin gonna
But
walk up, try to auto this tower down a little bit. The red buff ticking down onto Lunar Effect. And Seaver Fever, I don't think he's probably calling for the dive, but just not seeing the opportunity to jump in. Now hits the Crescent Strike onto Dallas and Lunar Effect, just playing back and forth across this ward. Rivarki gonna steal away the blue buff, because of course he is. And mid lane Hokage gonna try to punish him as he slides down, but he'll escape the Infernal Chains. And now maybe the redive coming through. Black Salt not able to tank just yet. The tower goes down, and Lunar Effect and Dallas just get annihilated. Karthus coming back through, looking to try to turn this fight around in the top lane. Rivarhi flashes over the thick part of the wall. He'll get knocked up by the Riven. See, that's a good joke. And he'll have to flash to get out to safety. So Rivarhi is fine, but Samlos is also fine, unfortunately, and he is autoing down a tower. Tryndamere gameplay. He's done it.
Yeah. Does Set build the new split pushing item?
I think that item's just pretty troll, unless you're like 4 or 5 items in and don't have anything to build.
Okay.
Like, they keep buffing it, but I still don't think it's very good.
I buy it. Tryndamere has the ultimate ability available. I don't know if this goes well.
Yeah, they tried to surprise him with the burst over the wall. The Nautilus ult coming through, and that's enough people to collapse on him that they can maybe catch him.
Stop.
Oh, the red buff is just enough from Colbrin.
That Gale Force, it scared me a little bit that he might be able to actually get away. Our team did a really good job of chaining their crowd control in such a way that they were able to deny him the kill as well as deny him the disengage. So pretty well played there, and picking up that kill is definitely good. Though, if you look at the kills, they're kind of up 20-11, but they're down in gold. Kind of wild. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
They're just getting crushed in the tower game and the CS game.
So this is the second game in a row that's happened. Oh, the hook over the wall, not quite able to find Lipo Lane, and Dallas and Lunar Effect are here. They're going to pick up their 6th tower here, and it happened last game in a comp that wasn't designed for it, but this one definitely is.
God.
Oh, that hook not quite able to connect. Stun from mid lane Hokage, not going to manage to get a whole lot. But meanwhile, here comes Sheila into the mid lane. Will take down their 2nd tower of the game, and potentially even a 3rd as the explosive shot from Colbrin finishes that one up. Is there collapse, though, from PvE? It doesn't look like they're willing to go for it, as Rivarhi and Dallas have just recalled back to base. 43 seconds to go on Mountain Dragon number 1, also known as Dragon number 3 for ROTM. Everybody chilling around this dragon pit, but we're going to get a couple of last recalls, it looks like, for just some last second items. And it's going to be the Storm. That is a Storm Razor, right? Yeah, Storm Razor for Colbrin picked up. That looks like the only item completion, though, for ROTM.
Yeah, but the Tristana is 6-0-6, has the same number of items as the Tryndamere, so, hopefully we'll be able to do enough damage to turn the
Samlos
fight
hitting him
around.
with the poultry shout. He uses his ultimate, just trying to auto down mid lane Hokage. He spins back in, and he'll trade himself somehow.
I mean, if he's suicide bombing for the Syndra, that's has to be favorable for RotM.
Yeah, now no Cinder ult available because she's dead, and Lunar Effect getting game played on the top side of that by Lipo Lane. He'll dive back into the fight. Colbrin goes forward with that rocket jump, has to be careful. Dallas gets caught a couple of autos. He's got the explosive shot on him, and he'll finish off one kill as he does die. But Pig Boss Move flashing in, looking to suicide with the Karthus. He's got the Requiem available. Seaver Fever and Black Salt, the last two alive, with Rovarhi, the only one left for PvE. And it's Rovarhi who's going to start up the dragon. Seaver Fever over the wall.
Teleport.
Oh, he gets autoed. He's getting chunked through with that Titanic Hydra. He's got to be really careful. In comes Black Salt, the teleport in from mid lane Hokage as he's looking to rejoin after his death. They'll try to track down Ravarhi. He's got this shield. Does he have anything left in the tank? And the dragon is going to be the one that eventually executes him. Seaver Fever over the wall. They'll secure dragon number 3. And we're in a very similar position than we were in the last game.
Yeah, another favorable fight there for our team. It started out extremely favorable, but then Pig Boss Moo was able to trade back so much damage and pick up a lot of the standing kills there. But at the end of the day, our team able to come out on top, still 2k behind, but picking up that third dragon is pretty big here. As well as just getting a little bit of momentum, because a lot of times, even if you're ahead against Tryndamere teams, even if you're picking up a lot of these kills, unless you're doing things proactively with them, unless you're actively using your momentum to shove out these waves, pick up objectives, then it oftentimes just doesn't matter.
Just spinning into 3 people from ROTM. They're going to CC him for long enough. He doesn't even use his ult in that case. And now ROTM going to look for the Baron. 20 minutes in, they pick the Tryndamere. They're starting up the Baron. And PvE not in a position really to answer. They're slowly trickling their way to this side of the map, but Colbrin does so much damage. They're just chunking through 1,000 health. It gets spotted by the blue trinket, and it's gone for ROTM.
It's a pretty big swing. That's exactly what you need to be doing. Picking up this Baron means that they'll have a lot more effectiveness at shoving these waves out and applying pressure, which is kind of how you beat the split push gameplay. So pretty significant pickup there for ROTM to sort of stabilize in this game.
How do you feel about Pig's build with the Rylai's finished up second item?
That can't be right? I mean, okay, so your entire team's like melees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not your entire team, but you have the Tryndamere. So maybe the extra slow on your Defile will be enough to enable your melees against champions like Syndra? It's probably just wrong. You should probably buy a real item, but
so
I don't know.
It's the first buy for Karthus bot, and it's super fucking annoying on Karthus bot, right?
I have not played against Karthus bot very often, so I didn't realize.
Our team going to siege mid lane, though. They have all 5 people here, but you can see the game plan for PvE. They're separated right now. Pig Boss Move gets pulled back in by the Infernal Chains. They're looking for the carries. Pig's into the Zanyas, but Dallas is already down. Lunar Effect can't hold the line either. ROTM looking for kills. They'll look at this inhibitor.
Tryndamere, though.
But look at Tryndamere.
Pushing.
Yeah, Tryndamere is equaling this. He's just as fast killing these. Now the inhibitor down. ROTM continuing to rush forward. They have to be really careful about how they manage this. Ravarhi here. They hook him in. They get the stun. Do they have the damage? They pull him back in with the Infernal Chase. He flashes and just kills Seaver Fever. He's taken down Colbrin as well. What is this play from Ravarhi? He's autoing through. He'll take down Black Salt. And Lipo Lane is here. He's got no chance. It's a triple kill from Ravarhi. The stun. The haymaker from Ravarhi. Lipo Lane running, just trying to get back to defend against Somlos, who dies to minions for some reason.
I think he traded his ultimate to pick up that
the inhibitor. Oh, the Nexus turret number 1. Yeah.
But oh my god, what a base hold there from Rovarhi, able to get the flash W into one shot. Was it the Tristan or the Diana? The other one he picked up with his ult immediately afterwards. Really well played there by Rovarhi. Kind of a monster. And saving the game there is pretty massive. It definitely felt like the type of push that Darkwind should be able to just end the game off of. But it's okay, we're back in it. We're reset. A minute on the Dragon Soul. So if our team's able to pick that up, could be pretty good for them. But both teams have to deal with only one Nexus turret. So if they lose a team fight, probably means game over.
Yep, and both teams looking to converge on this dragon. 50 seconds to go. Rovarhi splitting in the top lane along with that super wave. They're going to pull in. They're looking for Lunar Effect to start this one off, but they just don't have the damage. Seaver Fever goes back in. He hits him with the Crescent Strike. The exhaust coming back through. He'll dive in with the Lunar Rush.
Okay.
Dallas is low. Colburn is in. He's got the autos. Dallas dies to the explosive shot. And now in comes the Karthus ult. That's enough damage with the Gale Force to pick that one up. So Pig Bossmu trades that one back. But they have to be careful. It's Rovarhi, the legend on the top side, still continuing to push in with these supers. They'll jump onto Pig. They'll finish him off. So it's just the two split pushers left alive for PvE. 13 and 12 seconds left. Mid lane Hokage trying to defend against Rovarhi. Nexus turret going to fall very quickly. He gets chunked through with that Demolish proc. Lipo lane is here. He ults back in. Rovarhi just chunking through. The ult comes through. Looking for mid lane Hokage. He's into stasis just to try to dodge some of that Haymaker damage. Sterix is popped. Rovarhi forced back away. The dragon is getting low, but not quite taken down just yet. In comes Somlos, who get knocked back away by the Buster Shot from Colburn, but they don't have the damage to finish it off. In comes the teleport from mid lane Hokage. Somlos going forward. He autos. He takes the dragon. He steals it. He gets finished off by Lipo lane, who teleports in after him. But what a mess from ROTM.
They lost everything. They lost their Nexus turret. And then even on the backside of that fight, they were so scared of the Tryndamere, they weren't able to finish off the dragon. He just walked up and slapped it. Is able to pick up that dragon kill. Oof. What can you say but oof?
Yeah, that's definitely an oofer. But still not out of the woods yet. A minute to go on this Baron spawn. You're going to have inhibitors spawning soon, but I don't think they're in time for the Baron, so you're still living with the fact that somebody can walk into the back door of either side and just finish off the game potentially.
Yeah.
But there's one side that's significantly better than the other.
You know, RTM has cleared out their base, so there's no teleport ward for Rovarhi to, you know, sort of cheat his way into the base. He has to walk there like a normal person. Tryndamere, though, this angle from Tryndamere, he's getting caught on the wards, but we know what he's looking for. He's trying a backdoor, and RTM sees it. They should be able to stop him here.
Yeah, Lane playing defensive back right now. He's the safety. This is football that's happening. They're going to spot him on this blue ward. He'll auto that one through, but Lane is just trying to shadow Rovarhi right now, or not Rovarhi, excuse me, Somlos, and make sure that he can't get into the base, but instead it's going to be the group up of these great split pushers. The uniting of the clans down here in the bottom lane. Rovarhi and Somlos in the lane together. That's never happened before. And they'll continue to travel together toward mid. They have to be careful, though, maybe getting collapsed on. Mid lane Hokage with a little damage. That doesn't do a whole lot right now to Rovarhi. But they'll chase him back away toward this battle bush. But right now, the Baron is in the sights of PvE. The three-man squad has started it up as Rovarhi just baiting. He's got the shield just trying to take up as much of RTM's time as possible. It's pretty successful, but now still 7,000 health to go on this Baron. Lunar Effect is very low because of the Baron damage, but ROTM can't really get in. They have no globals. They spot him out now with that Blast Cone. In comes Seaver Fever looking for Dallas. He finishes off Lunar Effect. Pig Bossmu is so low on the backside of this fight. Black Salt finishes him off 200. The Baron is stolen by the Defile from Pig Bossmu. Mid lane Hokage is fighting up on the top side of the rift. They finish off Tryndamere on the other side. Dallas is low. He'll die. But what can our team accomplish? They have the forces pushing mid. They're headed there. Seaver Fever in mid lane. Hokage looking to go to mid lane. They've got Black Salt in their back pocket. Can they actually finish off the game in the time frame? It doesn't look like it because Lunar Effect is up in 5 and Rovarhi is up now in 5.
Yeah, and if Rovarhi can hold the 1 versus 4, he can certainly hold the 1 versus 3 without the Tristana there. But what a disaster for RTM once again. They were there in time to steal the Baron. It was the perfect situation.
Oh, the damage coming through Lunar Effect. They finish off mid lane Hokage. Rovarhi's in. He's looking for Seaver Fever. Black Salt uses his ult just to try to disengage. Seaver Fever dashes back out to the Raptors. They'll successfully get out. They grab the mid lane inhibitor once again. But yeah, I don't have more to add on to butt. There's just this big butt hanging over everything, and it's shitting all over this game, and that was a really great analogy that I just had.
That was beautiful. It feels like Darkwind has had so many opportunities, so many favorable plays to be able to shut this game out. You know, whether it was that 1 versus 4 against Ravarhi, or just picking up the Mountain Solar, picking up that Baron. It feels like there have been so many opportunities, but everything is just slipping through their fingers. This is the game.
This is a game of League of Legends that we're witnessing right now. We're at 29 minutes in. We've got Mountain Soul attempt number 2 for ROTM up in 45 seconds, but right now Somlos looks like he's not going to leave that top lane anytime soon. Seaver Fever gets the Crescent Strike down onto Lunar Effect, but he can't really dive in for the time being. And RTM has control of the mid wave, they have control of the bottom wave, but it's this top wave that they have to be so careful about. Somlos escorting it into the Naked Inhibitor, as Dragon is going to spawn here in 18, 17 seconds.
Yeah, and PvE has been doing a great just taking advantage of the pressure that they're playing with the split push. There have to be multiple people to go answer Somlos, and it means that they have the numbers on the other side of the map, even though the rest of their members aren't as strong as members
Yes,
of
stun gonna
RTM.
land onto Somlos.
Oh
He's
my god,
looking for this
stop
engage.
it.
Mid lane Hokage
Stop
just
it.
trying to kite away. He's got the Zanyas. The Dragon goes over to pick Bosmu. In comes the Requiem, and it does finish off mid lane Hokage. Seaver Fever in trouble as well, and he can't turn that one around. And now the man advantage on the map right now for PvE. Can they finish off the game 4v3? The recalls now from
Wait,
Colbrin and Black Salt, but they might not even be in time. Lane trying to push out another wave in top lane, and that might cost him as they cycle around toward this Naked Inhibitor. In comes PvE toward the base. Everybody's recalled, healed back up. Colbrin trying to mind his distance. The knockup comes through from Black Salt. The Nexus will be under fire here soon. The hook from Lunar Effect pulls in Colbrin. Dallas is in. He'll get Buster shotted back out. Lane and Black Salt trying to hold the line, but Ravarhi's onto the Nexus. Colbrin flashes in, or jumps in, looking for autos. Ravarhi is low, but it just doesn't matter. And the Nexus falls for game number 2 for PvE.
yeah, that game was a little tragic, I think. Oof.
That's the summary from.
Yeah, I don't know what else can even be said. That was just not great at all.
Well, we're going to take a short break, reset just a little bit. We'll be back with Crowstorm taking on Divine Ascension Emerald in our second game of the week. But yeah, tragic doesn't begin to sum up those two games, I think. Um, but yeah, we'll be back in just a second. All right, what did Weeb say? Let's look. Game 1 is 7:01.
701?
Yep, 7:01.
I'm gonna have to take a break for like 5 minutes after this game and submit my deck list for Worlds. Oh, the people are showing up in this spot.
So it's weird. The first time I went through, it was only Ornn that showed up.
Okay, well actually half of them are invisible. I see Volibear, and I see Mordekaiser. The other 3 do be slightly invisible. Okay, no, they're there. Yeah, the homies are there for me.
The homies are all there.
Yeah, I'm at 0.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This This will be game number 1 of our second match of the evening. It's Crowstorm, their debut on our stream. As week number 1, they were on the Legend stream. Picked up a win. They're going to be facing Divine Ascension Emerald. A couple of familiar faces on Does Anyone Else? And we'll, I guess, get to it as we go. So if you're ready, Aiketo, we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, on the blue side of the rift, we have RotM with Cardinals 29 top lane on the Ornn, Blazing Cake with the Jarvan in the jungle, Wing Nation with the Graves mid, and then Boar and Garithar on the Ezreal Zyra bottom lane.
And on the opposite side of the rift, wearing the red health bars for game number 1 is Divine Ascension Emerald, Bleedin' Wolves in the top lane on Mordekaiser, Saturation number 3, or Saturation the third, excuse me, on Volibear, JDK in the mid lane on Yasuo, Lexar and Coldog in the bottom lane playing Lucian and Rakan.
And these, Graves mid, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you do be, like, shoving pretty hard. You know, that's usually what Graves mid is for. You know, you can just, like, keep perma shoving. The issue, I think Yasuo's generally pretty good into Graves. You know, when you have to combine things like minions blocking your auto attacks to Yasuo duck diving between the minions, and also, of course, the wonderful wind wall. I can't imagine this is a great matchup for Wing Nation and lane.
Yeah, I like your alliteration there, but Garithar and Boar gonna walk in and throw some vines at people and then walk away.
They do be throwing vines, though. Are those 6-second videos? Because they're throwing vines. Sorry, that's actually boomer, you know, for all the kids. Vine was TikTok before TikTok.
Yeah, and mine was more about like the humor and less about just dancing to random music. So I don't know why that's like such.
Which is why it failed, frankly.
Probably. It also just got sold and incorporated into Instagram. Pretty sure. Maybe it didn't. Maybe
I don't remember. I wasn't into Vine.
Yeah, I might be.
You know, I
might be talking out of some orifice of mine. Who knows?
Yeah, your mouth, right? That's an orifice.
Yeah.
Bot lane though, Coldog has taken quite a bit of punishment from Garithar and Boar. Oh!
Yeah, a lot of damage coming through. Even the extra Q from Zyra just chunking through Lexar and Coldog and forcing him back underneath the turret. Unfortunately, not a whole lot to show for it for Boar just yet. Just a couple of CS in the advantage.
Yeah, but still quite a bit of damage coming through, and you know, once you have them low and underneath tower, it makes it very difficult to actually deal with, you know, just the pressure. Oh?
Yeah, JDK dashing through, gets ignited by Wing. Just, you know, that gives you 5 extra AD, right?
Yeah. Not anymore.
Is that?
Wasn't that? That's
yeah,
like a
that
super
was
old rune.
Yeah, that's a super old rune.
That's like long ass time ago. Holy shit, that's like season 3 stuff. But that's alright. We out here. Blazing Cake has completed their first rotation of the jungle, has picked up a crab, and is now just chilling there in the mid lane. JDK, despite getting the ignite out from Wing Nation, didn't have to expend his flash, and is pretty even in CS so far, so feeling pretty good about the way that that lane is going so far.
Yeah, Saturation grabbing a crab of his own on the top side. Meanwhile, a little invade here from Blazing Cake, as he'll get some of these camp timers. Cardinals and Bleeding Wolves just doing top lane things right now. These are pretty stagnant lanes so far. This is the most interesting one with Garithar and Boar just poking Lexar out underneath his tower.
They do be bullying though, and with Boar starting the tier, is definitely going to be stacked very quickly. with how much he's been able to just trade into his opponent here.
That Morty is actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the brand new Pentakill skin. Saturation gets spotted here, Blazing Cake. Oh, that EQ
Ooh, that
buffer on
was
the
weird.
Blast Cone. That was a very strange little interaction. Saturation has nowhere to run because Winged is just guarding him over the wall, and he's fighting back all right, but it's first blood to Blazing Cake in his own jungle.
Yeah, pretty good collapse there from the side of our team, able to find him out. Saturation picked up a camp, but not able to get much more, and it's an early lead here, 1,000 gold in their pockets, and going onto the Jarvan's pretty good. You know, quite a bit of early pressure can be put out by this Jarvan. And yeah,
Yeah, the exhaustion setting in after a long day. Oh, jeez. So you have to submit your deck list for Worlds tonight?
yeah. It's due at 10 p.m. EST, so in an hour and a half.
Do you have them all? You have them all prepped, all ready to go?
Basically, I want to look at them. That's why I said like 5 minutes.
Okay.
But...
JDK
Okay.
low gets autoed through. Oh, the ult just
Oh
not quite there
no!
from Winged. Not even really a
It,
sidestep, just not quite the right aim for
he
Wing Nation.
flashed out of it. Come
Did he?
on, you don't
All
have
right.
to. Yeah, yeah. Come on.
Oh no, and now the collapse onto Blazing Cake. He gets the EQ, the double knockup. Lexar taken low. He gets ignited by Wing, dashing in, just not quite able to find the autos. In comes Cold Dog to try to collapse onto him. Garethar over the wall gets the root with the grasping roots, and in comes Boar. Garethar takes the kill as they're trying to collapse onto Lexar as well. JDK poking around, but he's only got like 300 health. He's got to be careful. And the teleport now being channeled by Bleeding Wolves. They have to be careful about this Mordekaiser. He gets immediately rooted up, but he'll take Boar to Brazil. And it's not very nice there this time of year as another flash. Boar just trying to fight his way out, but he's immediately surrounded by members of Divine Ascension and taken down. 2-2 in kills and even in gold. This dragon might be our first little swing as Blazing Cake walks in, takes a big combo from Bleeding Wolves. And Garethar in the back pocket. Big knockup though from
Oh
Cold Dog. He'll
no.
hit both. The claw pulls Blazing Cake back in. The ignite is just enough from Cold Dog. And Garethar will be able to get out. Cardinals teleports in, looking for really anything that he can find. He's still got his ultimate available, but there's just no one left to do the damage. JDK
Oh
able to
no.
hit the ultimate on the knockup. Bleeding Wolves flashing over the wall. The Cloud Dragon might be enough. It's very high DPS, but it's not quite going to be able to finish him off. Now Wing able to rejoin. Cold Dog gets another double knockup, and Wing falls for the second time. I guess he was fine after the first sequence. Excuse me. Boar falls, though. Garethar looking for a couple more autos, but he can't quite finish off Lexar. And Divine Ascension kind of... They invade the jungle. They get a ton of kills onto Lexar. He's 5-0 now on the Lucian.
Yeah, he had nothing. He was behind, but then he just, you know, the classic one at a time strat, and that's that's divided such as 6 kills in a row. Ooh, that was not a good look from our team there. Just they sort of kept trickling in and weren't quite able to find enough damage onto any one target to actually be able to trade anything back. And now this game's a little bit scary. You know, the Lucian now being 5-0 is gonna be a pretty strong boy, pretty difficult to deal with.
Cardinals maybe in a little bit of trouble. Just going to get the bop. I really like Lexus's summary of that. I was really impressed by how long we were able to keep losing that fight.
Yeah,
That's I
that's
really like
it's
that.
accurate. That's
Lexus always has
accurate.
such a nice turn of the phrase for everybody, you know. I I can't come up with my own ideas, so I have to steal them from Twitch chat. So
I respect it. That's what they're there for.
yeah, I should just present him as my own, right? Then I look like a genius.
Exactly, exactly. And then when it goes on the YouTube VOD, no one will see the Twitch chat.
I'm actually pretty sure I have the Twitch chat just enabled in the corner. Winged is just dueling out with JDK. That end of the line, not quite enough damage. The collateral damage goes straight into the wind wall, and JDK gets the solo kill.
Yeah, Gray's trying to fight Yasuo is just still fucking doomed. It was still close. It looked like Wing would be able to pick it up, but Just enough of the damage gets blocked there that Yasuo's able to come out on top, and oh, it's just disaster here for our team after the first couple minutes.
It's just super unlucky. Blazing Cake trying to stall the wave. He's going to go in and look for a fight with Yasuo. I don't know that he actually wins this one.
I
There's the
don't think he
knock-up. Couple
does.
more auto. Okay, he does. He's
Okay.
got the jacuzzi. All right.
Okay. There's a little Monka-S there for a second, but able to pick that up.
He knew what he was about. He had his jacuzzi in his back pocket, which is a weird thing to carry in your back pocket, but it works out.
Yeah, I'm impressed being able to carry that around.
It's, you know, a technique that's been passed down his family line. Jarvan 1 was just like a little pool, but worth the way up to a jacuzzi now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturation, looking for Wing, just gonna say hi, as a bear sometimes does to another bear. Did you like that one? Oh, okay.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
I think I need to turn you up, or is your mic up just a little bit?
What?
You're
Do you
like
want me to-
just a touch quiet, yeah.
You want me to yell at you?
If you want to.
I can yell more
I don't-
if you want.
I don't know what you would yell at me about exactly, but like.
Well, anything. That's
Oh, okay.
you know, if you just want me to be louder, I can just yell.
Okay. Works for me. I moved my mic closer as well. Coldog gonna get the charm, the knock up. Garithar just has no chance there. Lexar 6-0 on the Lucian. Doesn't really have the CS to show for it, but he's got everything else, and he's very strong, as the kids say.
Yeah? Do the kids often say that? Would you say he's bussin'?
I don't know what that one means.
I think that's actually what the kids say nowadays is the bussin'. Bussin' means good, I think. I don't know, man. I'm old. I can't keep up with the lingo.
I honestly just sometimes it's usually Lexus just says something and I'm like, is that a new meme or is he just having a stroke? And then I realize that it's a new meme. So
Yeah.
yeah, Winged is just standing his ground into melee range.
Okay.
Oh!
Okay.
That was clean from JDK. Excuse me. And he dashes out of the jacuzzi.
I see you. I wonder when Yasuo got picked in this draft. Because he's kind of pretty good into, like, everything that isn't Zyra.
Yeah. R5. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty good R5. I'm gonna be honest.
That's a nice little. That's the Airblade? Is that one's called? I don't
Keyblade,
remember
I
which
think?
one it. I don't remember which one's which. There's different names for different combos for some reason.
So I think that's the Airblade. I think the Keyblade is when you, like, you knock someone up and then you EQ through something else and then you ult so that your Q damage goes off. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like I think that the EQ flash is the Airblade.
I didn't want to misattribute my Yasuo combos.
I don't know. They're all just the most edgy anime, whatever. They all sound the same.
Yeah. Winged forced to try to dash
Okay.
away. Has the extra dash from his ultimate. Saturation takes a big chunk of damage, and expends his flash in exchange for wings. So could maybe look to return there, but Saturation really hasn't gotten a huge amount done. All 5 of those assists on that little incursion into the jungle earlier.
Yeah, and it was pretty well played there by Wing to not die instantly, and he's still taking so much damage. He's not allowed to trade any back. Oh, feels bad, man.
Keyblade is the EQ flash. They're all EQ flash. I don't know what that added.
Yeah, so like the other one is it doesn't flash. You just like knock them up and then you EQ through something else. I don't know what that one's called. They all have like the same fucking name, man. People weren't very creative in 2016 when they came up with these.
Sometimes you just study the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any blade homework, by the way? Blazing Cake
blade
gonna go in because you're studying it. It's very funny. Saturation's in. They trap Garithar into the Jarvan Jacuzzi. That's maybe not where he wanted to be. Teleport's coming in from DAE, but not from ROTM, importantly. And it's just going all wrong for Crowstorm. I mean, Cardinals is actually there. I didn't see his teleport actually come through. Winged has roamed himself down as well, but the trigger pull from DAE nets them another couple of kills in this bottom lane.
Yeah, pretty well played there. They were able to hide their homie in the alcove and bait RTM into committing and just be able to pick up those kills. Yasuo did come out in like 2014, but no one was doing that shit in 2014, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one was doing the fucking EQ flash until like 2015 or 16. Remember when we were all impressed when Bjergsen got the 1v1 in top lane back when you built Bork on Yasuo? That's the level of play that we were at in 2015.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember any specific Yasuo thing from back then. I just blurred it out of my memory, I guess.
Well, no one played it. Like, he was only viable for like a month, at least in pro play, right? Like, he's always been a
Yeah.
solo queue mainstay.
Yeah, I remember he got picked. There was that time he was popular top lane because he was a counter to Gnar, and that was like.
Oh, the Triforce days?
I thought that was still Bork at that point, but
It probably was. Bork, when he's competitive, it's usually with Bork. But I thought that was when you used to go Triforce. Like, there have been like a couple points where he's viable for like a month in competitive,
yeah.
and then won't be seen again for, you know, a fucking year. And less
Saturation
people are
looking
playing
for the
memes.
gank onto Blazing Cake. Not gonna get a huge amount done there as the EQ away from the Jarvan. There's 14 seconds to go on an Infernal Dragon spawn, which is the first one we've seen tonight. So that's no new flavor of dragon just dropped.
Do they use the codes? Is that why we saw the same dragons last time?
They don't use the codes now, but they will starting next week.
Okay.
So,
So we just RNG'd the double mountain soul.
Yeah. We RNG'd the double
Okay.
soul with them in the same order. Saturation able to invuln some of that with his ultimate. Bleeding Wolves pulls Blazing Cake into the Death Realm, and he's going to come out and be surrounded. Oh, he's got the flash over the wall. That was nicely timed by Mr. Wolves.
Yeah, and it looked like our team should be able to pick up a pick there, but Divine Ascension doing a pretty good job there to just sort of disengage that without losing too much. And
Yeah,
they're
now
up
we can
quite
look
a
for the
bit.
refight. Lexar coming through with the culling, but it's blocked kind of nicely. Traded aggro and then a plant
Okay.
in. But a huge knockup from Cold Dog. They're in, but then they send him to the bounce house and JDK falls. It's a huge Jarvan Jacuzzi. The AoE from ROTM rips through Divine Ascension, and it's an ace for Crowstorm.
And Cold Dog was just too worried about whether or not he could get the 4-man knockup to think if he really should have. They get the big Yasuo ult, but it just doesn't matter. Our team's able to kite it out and lay their DPS and just pick up so many kills there. It's a pretty massive swing considering they were down, what, like 11-3 going into that fight?
Yeah.
You know, now 12-8. They're in a little bit of a better position.
Yeah, just a huge wombo combo started by Blazing Cake's Jarvan ult, followed through with everything else, and they do be having a little bit of AoE damage as it turns out.
Just slightly. That was a team fight.
Yeah. Anyway, Garrethar's going to pick up his mythic off of that, so, you know, he just buys the mythic that's 1,000 gold more expensive. Why not? Leandry's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess is he up that much on Cold Dog? It feels like he is. No, he's actually down 200 gold. I'm just really warped right now. All right, never mind. That's not
Cold
that
Dog
important.
has the nice, you know, the nice kicks there.
He do be looking fly in his Yeezy Jordan Air Ones.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Winged and JDK renewing pleasantries in the bottom lane.
Okay.
Oh, that end of the line was really good, but the shield bow keeping JDK safe for now. Walking through the wind wall, walking back through the wind wall, flashes the tornado, Winged back in.
God
In
gamer.
comes the
Oh no!
teleport from Cardinals. JDK, though, gets knocked up by the EQ as Blazing Cake
Oh
is there.
no!
Throws him into
Stop
the
it!
jacuzzi to finish it off. That's a lot of resources invested to finish off JDK, but probably worth it, honestly. We're going to land onto Cold Dog, a big disengaging ult from Garethara's Boar. Being a homie, blocking up the culling for his support. Now looking for Lexar, but the flash forward from Saturation onto Boar. The taps from Lexar finish him off. Blazing Cake flashing forward with Cardinals over the wall. Will finish off Lexar and get that shutdown. More health bars falling as I don't know what team they are anymore. DAE trying to trade back. Bleeding Wolves gets another one back, but Winged is split pushing on the bottom side, doing his best Tryndamere impression as he'll take down that bottom lane tower and maybe wrap that into an inhibitor. Ping's coming off as JDK is going to be able to eventually finish that one off, and our team, I think, come out ahead on that one.
I mean, they're up in gold now, right? And like a minute ago they were down, still like 1,500. So I think they come out on top. They pick up a couple of turrets, they pick up some kills. They're just winning. Um, Weirdly enough, the solution is 9-2-2. Has the finish Essence Reaver, but doesn't feel like he's putting out as much damage as a 9-2-2 Lucian should be able to. Our team's doing a good job of just making sure that he isn't able to free fire and are being rewarded for it.
Is that a weird combo, Gale Force Essence Reaver?
Um,
I know those are Lucian items. Like I identify them as Lucian items, but I don't know that those two go together. If that makes sense.
I don't think they're that bad. You
Okay.
do be zooming, right? So like you get the cooldown reduction from Essence Reaver, so your E is lower cooldown. And then the Gale Force also, it's like an extra dash.
Okay.
I don't know. I
And
fuck with
they're
it.
both crit. Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Yeah. I think it's fine. If he goes Navori next, I mean that's the Eartholution build, right?
Yeah, there's that. I'm more used to seeing like the Cyrildas and
Yeah, no, I think that's better.
yeah.
But that's okay. Tanks aren't real. Tanks cannot hurt you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dragon spawning in 45 seconds. It represent the second dragon for both teams, so no one's really pressuring Soul quite yet. But with the way these team fights have been going for our team, I think forcing a fight around there might prove advantageous for them.
Ooh, Garethar not quite able to find anything with the grasping roots, but 25 seconds, they'll feel pretty good about the control of the pit as Wing just takes a little chunk. Just a little chunk out of JDK. And Bleeding Wolf's going to take a top lane tower.
Is Serpent's Fang worth it against Yasuo?
I mean, that shield do be annoying.
He does get a shield.
He gets a shield, and there's a shield on shield bow, so...
Okay. Okay, the shield bow, I'm sold on it.
And there's one on Rakan, there's one on...
And Volbear has one, and
Volibear.
Mordekaiser has one. Yeah, but he's going to be splitting a lot versus Yasuo, I think. So, I think it would need to have a lot of value versus Yasuo to be worth it. I think it's fine. It seems fine.
Yeah, I think it might be a little early for it. Like, I think one more item and then it might feel a little bit better, but the Serpent's Fang's a good item.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright.
That's rude as fuck.
Well.
Report Volibear.
Ordinals 29 gonna pick up his Rhymeforged Grasp. Do you have the rest of these upgrades?
Gore Drinker is Bloodthirster. Eclipse is New Moon. And Divine Thunderer is actually something really. It's like a one-word thing.
Yeah.
It's like 8 letters. I can't think of what it is.
It's Deicide. I know that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm actually not sure
cool.
about Gore Drinker or Eclipse. So.
I'm Gore Drinker and Bloodthirster.
Yeah.
Why are they the same fucking word?
Well, you see, isn't it still the Bloodthirster? Like it's a specific one, but Gore Drinker's like much more generic. It just could be any of them.
But Gore Drinker's a mythic item and Bloodthirster isn't.
Yeah, but
I'm
I,
just saying it's kind of weird that they literally just pulled out the thesaurus and came up with Gore Drinker. Like, I don't know.
it do be drinking gore though.
Um, Eclipse is something cool, isn't it?
I don't know. Oh, it's Syzygy. There's a knockup onto
Syzygy?
Wing. Yeah, that one. Winged is in trouble, but he gets
Okay.
finished off by the Gale Force. Lexar now trapped into the jacuzzi though. He's for the EQ, lands onto Coldog. Teleports behind though. The two solo laners, JDK and Bleeding Wolves, trying to collapse. They're looking for 3 as they can get it. The knockup gonna land onto Garithar. The flash away, but the Ornhorn is there from Cardinals as they're looking for Bleeding Wolves fresh out of the Death Realm. He'll get a second kill. He'll whack into Boar, start autoing him down. He's got the Zanyas just to try to finish anything off. Cardinals now looks like his next victim potentially. He's healing up so much with that Riftmaker, but they have they don't have enough DPS. He gets smacked the shutdown for Bleeding Wolves, and Cardinals trying to escape, and he'll eventually get out.
And Bleeding Wolves just in the fight of his life in a 1 versus 4 is able to come out on top, picking up 3 of those kills. And I swear this is just a RotM thing, right? Just like getting shit on by Mordekaisers. Isn't it? I feel like this has been a thing for like 4 years.
I mean,
Mordekaiser just,
if there
I
were
don't
2
know.
champions I would describe as a problem for every ROTM team, it's Mordekaiser and Volibear, and they got both of them, so...
Yeah, no, they're kind of cheating. That's not fair. Yeah, no, that was pretty good from Bleeding Wolves. It's level 15 now. Completed his second item, well on his way to his third. Gonna be a pretty scary boy.
Alright, so there's the Deicide.
Okay, real talk. Is Anathema's chains? Is this item broken? Is it
Anathema?
actually better than Anathema? Is it not Anathema?
Yeah, it's Anathema.
Really?
So it's really good if there's somebody that is worth chaining. So if, for instance, there's like a 10 and 3 carry that you just don't want to take damage from and need to CC, that's a
Okay.
good person to put it on. If you're isolated in a side lane against somebody, it's a good item. Like
I just wasn't sure if it was like better than Aranduin's, because I know earlier against the triple 80 carry comp we bought chains instead of like Aranduin's. I just wasn't sure if it was just like so good of an item that it's just like ubiquitously bought.
No, I don't think it should be. Whether it is or not is something else. But like in this game, I think it's really good if he's isolated in a side lane against Bleeding Wolves. It's good in that situation, and it's good in the situation where they're team fighting and he wants it on Lexar.
Okay.
So I think it's a pretty good item from Cardinals in this game. But in the situation where there's that triple 80 carry, no, not good. There's not one of those that's more valuable to kill than the others. So I think the all-around better Randuin's stat stick is probably better. Flash forward from Saturation. Big knockup. They just immediately eliminate 2 on the top side of the map. They trade back Garithar, unfortunately. The Wind Wall going to block the Ornhorn, but it just doesn't matter as Wing chases him down. It's a double kill for the Graves, and they'll look for the Dragon at the end of that one. That fight just exploded out of nowhere.
Yeah, pretty good engage there from Blazing Cake, able to just instantly blow up the Lucian, and our team just comes out on top instantly, picks up the Dragon. They're on their way to Soul Point. They should be able to pick up the Baron as well. It should be the swing that they need to be able to really be in control of this game. What a great engage there.
Yeah, and there's been no hesitation with these Jarvan ults this game. Blazing Cake sees his moment. He goes in. Yeah, I don't remember what follow-up I had of that. I'm sorry.
He do
Coldog
be
is...
Jacuzzian though.
Yeah, Coldog's around the side. Oh,
Oh my
that
god,
Gleeman Quill was relatively close, but
that
smited
was
away by
pretty
Blazing Cake.
close.
Yeah.
That was like a Bloodwater, you know? Just the support fishing over the wall. That was really close.
I didn't know
Okay, no,
Gleeman Quill would...
Bloodwater.
Oh, that's
Definitely.
that's a name. The Bulgarian superstar.
Yeah, the level 1 Janna.
Yeah,
You?
Boar... Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes,
I
unfortunately.
mean, it looked like he was gonna come out on top, but then Lucian started hitting him, and Lucian did a lot of damage. I mean, what's the #1 killer of Barons? It's someone dying immediately after you get it, before you guys have reset. Oh,
How do you say that? Syzygy?
syzygy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. I know. So, your your trivia is it's when like the moon, earth, and sun are all in the same line. It's syzygy.
Okay.
Um, which is kind of like an eclipse, but it includes an extra person. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
No, I dig it. I did not realize that's what it meant. I thought it was just, a bullshit name that they made up.
Yeah, just fuck fuck vowels in
Yeah,
particular.
I very much like the Y. What if we just had 3 Ys? No, I like that. That's a cool ass word.
Yeah, our team's setting up toward the top side of this map. They still have 4 Baron buffs. Boar is split pushing in mid lane, and he's getting collapsed on right now, but so is Volibear in Saturation. Is going to pay for that as he gets ignited and taken down. Boar was not getting collapsed on, as it turns out. He just wins a 1v2 with a little bit of help from Cardinals. Garithar trapped just a little bit. The knockup going to land, and now the seconds on
Oh
his of
no,
the fight is
stop
coming
it.
through. Boar
Stop it.
can't quite reset that one. They finish him off.
I was having flashbacks. I was worried, but no, our team able to pick that one up. They have the Baron push in, so should be able to get a couple of turrets here. Boar might have to be a little bit scared of this Yasuo.
Yeah, JDK hits the
Huh?
knockup onto him with the ult. There's the shutdown as well. And, as per the rule, we don't
Oh
see
my
Boar's...
god.
That was a lot of damage. We don't see Boar's good play. We only see the bad ones on camera.
Yeah. No, he's out here getting screwed by the cameraman. What's Leandri's? It's just like Leandri's really, really, really sad,
Anguish.
right?
Yeah. The Leandri's big sad. Yeah.
Leandri's wide people sad. What is it actually? Like the improved one? Is
Anguish.
it just no? Anguish is the base one.
Oh, is it the base one?
Yeah,
Oh.
but it is some. It is just like Leandri's heckin' sad. Oh, lament. Okay, yeah,
Lament.
the heckin'
Okay.
sad.
The heckin' sad. I like that you at Maris, even though Maris isn't in the chat.
I just imagine the day where they all just like sat in a room and came up with these stupid names. I wanted to be in that meeting.
The
That
Leand
would probably have been a fun meeting
Leandri's
to be.
Bible thump. Dog is dead. That's a Bible thump for sure. Boar finishes him off for the kill. Cardinals, I need you to hit level 17 so I can see another upgrade. Wing just what was I? This isn't even worth like this is solo 1v1s. Now in comes a team fight. Bleeding Wolves takes
Hey,
Boar into the dungeon
Bleeding
and just
Wolves?
finishes him off. He's trying to 1v4 on the backside of this fight, and
He
he's gonna get
mistimed
the
it?
bounce house. Cardinals is 17. That's way more important. Upgrade, Blazing Cake,
Upgrade Gore
please.
Drinker.
No, that's not what we wanted. Oh my god.
You picked the wrong one! God damn it, Cardinals.
That's like objectively the better one. Why did you do that? Um,
What is it called? We need to know now.
yeah, now we need to know what the Gore Drinker was. Our team's just pushing into end right now. There's no one left to defend. Coldog has finally rezzed, but he's not walking out of his base for some reason to try to defend this push. Now Saturation is here. Here they come. He was waiting for the speed boost. He gets the knockup. Saturation is... Oh my god. Alright, well. Ceaseless Hunger.
Seriously? That's what it's called?
Oh, it
That's
did get upgraded at the end of the game. There it is. Yeah, Ceaseless Hunger.
Gore Drinker to Ceaseless Hunger. That's stupid. I don't like that.
Yeah, that one's not as good. I don't like that. What I do like is our team taking down game number 1.
That was a nice transition. I
Yeah,
like that.
that was really solid. Good job, me. We'll be right back with game number 2. Just pat on the back for myself.
Wait, someone's messaging me. Why am I getting messaged?
Oh, you need to do your thing.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Oh, I closed the wrong. Damn it.
Yeah, find out which one's the next one.
It's 006.
006? James Bond was busy.
Well, no. Wouldn't 006 be better? Because he's...
I don't... Is it? Is lower number better?
Well, lower number would be like he's the 7th one. So, like, wouldn't the 6th one be like his predecessors, theoretically? Older, betterer. What is this team comp? I hate this. Thank you.
So one thing I don't like about submitting all my deck lists, like, days in advance, is that if they release the deck list, I'm gonna have to stare at, you know, what my opponents brought. And, you know, if it's like even matchups, that's great because I can practice those, right? But if it's not even matchups, if they just like hard counter me, I'm just gonna have to fucking worry about that for like 4 days, which sounds just miserable. Sorry, I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, that is exceptionally unfun.
Do you think I want a Poro Cannon or no?
I mean, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
I don't know that you should be making decisions based on whether I think the card sounds fun or not, though.
So it wouldn't be for fun. It would be to have chump blockers for elusives. But I don't know if it's like, if it's gonna matter enough. Like, I don't know if it's gonna hit enough situations for it to be worth it. I don't know. I shouldn't be fucking with the list. Just send what I have. It'll be fine.
Card says that it's always Poro Cannon. That card is the burst card in the game.
The burstiest of all the cards.
That's BERST. Burst.
Uh-huh. I right there with them, honestly. Let me
I don't know
copy
that I
all-
would trust Cardinals because like he has at
do
separate
be
times
changing.
also said that University of Piltover. I know that one. I don't know what the other one is though.
French fries?
Poor
He says
Sled.
French fries.
He said Poor Sled was really good too.
Yeah, no, he just kind of... He's fickle. Fuck, dude. Alright, well, I submitted them. Hopefully it's what I want. Prage.
Can you like
I need to copy
next-
down my codes.
in the next
Hang on.
hour? Can you like? Oh no, I want to add this. This card.
I think I technically can, but... I don't know.
Do they give-
I think
they
that
don't
the
give you
more
like
I
a-
look at it, just the worse.
They don't give you like a sideboard, do they? Do you have
They
to
do
pl-
not.
Do you have to play it all the way through? Like, you don't get to reset for bracket if you make it. It's
Oh, it's fucking insane to me, but apparently no. Apparently, once you lock in your shit, you are stuck with it for multiple rounds, which feels like a weird thing to do, but, you know, we out here. Alright,
well. Please draw Tri-Beam. Please draw not me. Great.
and please draw Witch, 'cause Young Witch is OP.
Oh, we're doing the same. I don't want to.
Yeah,
Spoil
it's
anything.
we're running it back. Should I leak it? I don't know.
I mean, probably not would be the best thing. He's bringing this weird Lysandra deck, so
Yeah, I'm actually Cameron Hanso. I'm just copying his list, which felt like a weird choice to make, but yeah, he's cracked on him, so I can be cracked on him, right?
no, you're not allowed a sideboard for some reason.
Is there one in Hearthstone?
Is there one in Hearthstone? There
I
wasn't
don't
when
know,
I played it.
So like Hearthstone, you only pick one deck, right? So I would believe someone if they told me that there was one, but I feel like there's not. There's no
So-
sideboard in LOR.
When I played Hearthstone tourneys, it was pretty much the same as what you're doing in LOR. It was three decks, conquest essentially.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's weird considering like my only real I I don't know, like card game that I played before was Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh is very much, polar opposite. You pick one deck and you have a sideboard. That's it. You just kind of have to beat, whatever bullshit you run into. Um, and you don't even know what bullshit you're gonna run into until like they start playing their cards, which I think that's wild. I like that LOR tells you what your opponent's playing. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't played any, like, so I hit rank 4 in Nax, which was the first expansion of Hearthstone, and I haven't played like any since then, so.
You say Nax? Is
Yeah,
that like...
Naxxramas is the name of the expansion. Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought it was, like, Donkey approved PS3 game Knack, but it's just two. It's Nax. There's
Yeah.
more than one Knack.
Yeah, watch out for Knack 2 though, game of the year.
Uh-huh. It was kind of shit, wasn't it? Knack 2 like came out.
Oh, did it come out?
I think it did. Didn't it? Oh, now I have to look it up. Knack 2.
Knack 2 video game. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out years ago. Oh my
Metacritic
god.
69%. Let's go.
What about Knack 3? Knack 3 come out? No official word has been given on Knack 3, but neither Sony nor SIE Japan Studio have confirmed nor denied that the third installment is happening.
I like the top image search is Knack 3 and Knuckles.
Uh-huh. I think that's sort of the pairing that we were all hoping for, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I got an early copy of Knack 3. Okay, sorry. I'm distracted enough. I'm ready to go.
Alright, we got League of Legends.
I think it's really weird for games like Knack, which are just... I'm pretty sure everyone expects them to be bad, but when somebody starts memeing it, it's hard to tell if it's, actually bad or... can you ever trust the reviews on a game like Knack at this point? I feel like the well has been so muddied by poisoned the well. I don't know. It's been fucked up by Donkey.
3, 2, 1.
Wait.
Go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did you go? Oh shit.
Yeah, I hit go.
Okay, I think we're good. 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, basically.
8. Okay.
Oh, my guys are invisible.
All right, I'll pause. I'm at 11.
All right. Well, I hit the backspace button, so.
Let me know when you're at 11. I'm paused at 11.
Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay, we did it. All right. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for number 2. In the top lane is Bleeding Wolves reprising Mordekaiser. Saturation the third stole the Jarvan from ROTM. JDK in the mid lane on Nico. And Lexar and Coldog in the bottom lane playing Misfortune and Leona.
Top side of the rift, red health bars. Our team looking to take this one down. Cardinals 29 in top lane on the Aatrox. Blazing Cake on the Lisa in the jungle. Wing Nation on his patented Vel'Koz mid. And then Borgarathar with the Camille Senna. Everyone's favorite bottom lane, Camille Senna.
That's a combo that I've actually haven't seen. I've seen a lot of Senna combos, but that's not one of them.
Their colors are very similar. I like this. I see the synergy now. I didn't initially, but now I do. I fuck with it.
Yeah. Wukong Senna was a favorite of mine, but yeah, this is aggressive. They get the ward and they're just gonna walk out. All right.
Would you say they're being aggressive? Be aggressive?
I would not.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, it's like trying to look up reviews of, the number 1 Game Boy Advance game of all time, Cory in the House. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but that one's pretty obviously a meme at all points, right? Like, there was never a Cory in the House 2 that, like, you're uncertain if it's actually good or not because, it would just be meme to death.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas, like, if it turned out that Knack 2 is, like, the best game of the year, I don't know if anyone would believe it,
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on how ingrained you would say, like, Donkey is and everything, which
I feel like
is
Donkey's
probably
pretty
more than I give him
ubiquitous on the
credit.
internet.
Yeah, I probably give him more credit than I would a lot of other people, but at the same time, like, it's still how many millions compared to how many millions of gamers.
Yeah, but I feel like they're very I feel like if you're involved in like Reddit gaming at all, or like I don't know, even a lot of YouTube gaming, like you should know who Donkey is. Do I think that he's like a household name? Do normies who aren't on the internet know who Donkey is? Of course not, right? But I don't know if there were a creator that basically everyone knew. I think Donkey would be it.
How? Oh well, Engage gonna come in from Cold Dog. Garthar taking low, gets ignited. It's first blood for Cold Dog. That was quick. It looked like he had no health approximately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that is what happened to
I
Gareth, or there he ended up
I
with
meant he had a low
no
health
health.
pool. Like it went down very quickly comparative to what I thought would happen. And like I
Yeah,
think he got caught by surprise as well because he didn't even pop his heal, right?
yeah, he did be taking a lot of damage there. Um, Leona in the early game plus the MF, just a lot of burst and taking full advantage of it there. Ooh, nice
Well,
little slide there
yeah, a little
by
dash
Cardinals
there
29.
from Cardinals. Atroxinals 29. That
Yeah.
doesn't work very well.
Borisinals? No,
Borson.
yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's doomed.
it's just not there. That's okay though. He is alive, and that's good.
Yes.
The first Jarvan gank, if it doesn't go well, sometimes Jarvan can fall behind just because he doesn't clear as well as other champions. So Cardinals doing a good job avoiding that one.
Do you feel like that's a particular issue into the Lee Sin matchup, or just more of a general?
It's just like in general, it's just a more of like if Jarvan wants to be relevant throughout the game, usually he has to get something done because he's never going to be able to like farm his way into relevance, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like I think it's not even a jungle matchup thing. It's just a him versus the rest of the champions on the map thing. Is he? What's he maxing? Boar.
I'm not sure
Um,
because Garthar's
Irithar.
getting ganked. He's
Okay.
very low. He
Boar.
doesn't have anything else. Bort is out of there.
God gamer. He knocked Jarvan out of the EQ. What a gamer.
Yeah, unfortunately, didn't really matter there, but
True, but I liked it.
yeah. Ooh, not gonna land on the JDK. A little bit of damage there. Four is maxing Q, like you would kind of expect.
I mean, so like in bot lane, I wasn't sure if he was maxing like W or
Oh,
E.
Saturation gets spotted. He smites the dragon for some health, but Blazing Cake with the solo kill on him. Meanwhile, Boar looking for the kill onto Lexar, walking forward, not quite able to find it, and the flash is there, but Blazing Cake follows up for the double kill, but the auto does catch Boar from
Oh, it's a
Lexar. Now the
double teleport.
teleport's coming in. It's a double teleport from JDK and Blazing Wolves, or Bleeding Wolf. There's some B names. They finish off Blazing
Blaze and
Cake.
bleeding. Them wolves do be chasing them down and picking up the kill onto Senor Cake there. Thought I could see like an argument for W max against Leona. I could see an argument for E max if you just like have to try and get onto MF a lot. I just don't know how 80 carry Camille is played. If you're allowed to max Q. Assumedly you are allowed to max Q because Boar, who's obviously played more games of it than I have, is maxing Q.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played Camille in a minute, so I won't claim to be up on the Camille metagame.
I don't even know if it's like a Camille thing. It's just a Camille bottom lane thing,
Yeah.
right? Okay, Lee
All
Sin
right.
coming back around.
Yeah, Cake still trying to force in, looking for Lexar, gets the slow down, and they'll eventually finish him off more with the kill. And that's about as clean as you like from the bottom lane of ROTM.
Yeah, definitely going to be able to pick that up. And it looks like they're going for the dragon as well. After saturation was caught there, it's still hanging around, so it'd be nice to pick that up.
Yeah, Saturation just wanted his blast cone back to safety, but gonna at least make ROTM pull that one out, waste a little bit of time. Yeah, kind of interesting. Bleeding Wolves and Cardinals both buying a heal debuff on their first back against each other.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good strat. against both of these champions. Just try and deny much healing as possible, because otherwise they will win these trades.
Yeah, and Cake with his 2-kill lead has bought himself a long sword and a refillable potion in the advantage. And
Okay.
Winged has a
So
pink ward in advantage, so things looking up.
Camille ADC. Conquer? I feel like if we're trying to one-shot people, then PTA is better. I feel like if we're trying to just like survive through lane, then Grasp might be better, because you could probably proc it on Leona. And if you're trying to like poke out in lane, like Senna might want to do, I feel like Comet might be better. I just don't know if I buy the Conquer, especially since Conquer scales off your level, right? And Camille needs a lot of levels to deal damage. I don't know why we're playing Camille ADC. That's my real... Sorry, I don't mean to get caught up on Camille.
So I mean, ideally, right? It works out. You have kill pressure in bottom lane. You wind up with 5 threats because Senna just does damage on her own.
Yeah, but
I'm
if you
trying to
wanted
find
a
you
threat with
positives.
Senna, couldn't you play like Pantheon? Or Wukong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Winged is in trouble. That's.
Didn't quite make it over the wall with that flash.
I think even if he does, it's probably not. He's probably still dead. But yeah, at least makes them maybe burn flash. Blazing Cake gonna find. Well, Saturation's gonna find Blazing Cake, throw him into the jacuzzi, and at least make him use a dash. Boar? Oh, the heal from Garethar is just enough to save him. Bleeding Wolf's gonna take Cardinals into the dungeon, and Cardinals is gonna win? Okay, that was closer than it probably should have been. Blazing Cake is clean, though. He gets the solo kill onto Saturation, and now getting the autos down on Cold Dog, trying to chase down JDK. We'll be able to join here in a second. The Solar Flare locks up Blazing Cake, and the Tangle Barb is there from JDK.
Yeah, oh, Cardinals
Oh,
coming in from the
Cardinals
side.
zooming in. He's got the Speed Wagon. The Pop Blossom locks him up, and they'll finish him off. Cold Dog with the auto. Winged looking for the Lifeform Disintegration Ray. We'll find that one as Boar
Oh
slides in.
no.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That was the clone. That was a nice little trick there from JDK. That would make him a sneaky tomato, which my wife is very fond of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the eternal for having people hit your clone is Nico.
Is Sneaky Tomato?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I dig it. That's a Jarvan. You know, he was just sending a message there, just throwing out the flag, letting them know that he's here. Hmm.
Have you seen? Well, never mind. Lexar is going to get locked up inside the Hextech Ultimatum, and there just isn't that much damage from ROTM to follow this one up. Cold Dog tanking up everything, and they'll successfully avoid the gank. Oh,
Yeah,
well, here comes Winged. He's got no ult, so this is just going to bully them back underneath their tower. There's still a minute before Dragon spawns, so ROTM not really getting anything off of this roam.
so the other issue that I have, I don't know, I keep coming back to Camille. So the Sheen build does damage, like a lot of the damage that you're dealing is off of your base damage,
Oh no,
right?
Wing to the Pop Blossom. Okay, the barrier plus just a little bit of movement speed gets him out of there.
Yeah. Like a lot of it's based off your base damage. Like either you need to have high AD, or like with this build with the Sheen, it's going to be all base damages. So when you're in a lane where you're, level 6 at 11 minutes, I feel like you're never really getting to the point where you're going to deal damage. You're just like missing the curve that you need to be on.
Yeah, so I don't know that I have the same issues that you do. Mine is what is the point of the Camille? I guess like, is she an assassin? Is she a diver? Is she a bruiser? Is she a split pusher? She doesn't fulfill any of those roles super well behind. Whereas something like a lane that I really like a lot. Blazing Cake not quite going to be able to get out of there. The ultimate, the Dawning Shadow is enough. Blazing Cake heals back up with his Triumph. Saturation throws him into the Jacuzzi, though, and he'll tie that one up. Bleeding Wolves is on top of Garithar, pulled him into the Sex Dungeon, and he'll finish him off with some help from Lexar. There'll be a Dragon going to DAE. So, like, when you play with Wukong on low levels can still initiate fights very effectively. Becomes kind of an off bruiser. You still want a little bit of extra initiation with him, but he still has a role to play in the team comp and the team.
Yeah, whereas Camille's like very much a high econ, high XP necessary champion, right?
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean,
No,
there's
I
the
think you're
potential
right.
that you
I think
just
that,
like the kill pressure in normal lanes, not against a Leona, is really high in this lane, and board just snowballs super hard, and it's it's beautiful, it's energized as well. I don't want to just dismiss it offhand, but that's
yeah, I think that the base issue, I think you've identified it in the, identifying what the idea is behind Camille here and deciding if she's the best champion for it. But yeah, either way, this game's extremely close here. With both teams, having a couple plays going their way. It's within 2,000 gold, slightly advantage to. Oh,
Oh, Boar looking
okay.
for it, but he's going to get immediately engaged on. Saturation is here. The Solar Flare is good to lock him up. Boar jumps in on Lexar, looking to trade his life for the 80 carries. Cardinals is in, gets a couple of knockups, trades himself for Garithar, finishes off Cold Dog as well. It's a double kill for Cardinals. The Pop Blossom from JDK. At least it's going to stall up the attempt from Cardinals, but he'll take 2 kills for his teleport, I'm sure.
Yeah, picking those up will be pretty good here. Or the side of ROTM. Gonna be able to shove this in as well. Maybe get a little bit of damage onto the turret. Plates have dropped off with no turret being taken. So quite a bit of gold there that just isn't being claimed by either team. It's a bit of a slower game. Not necessarily in kills, but in terms of, actual objective pressure here.
Yeah. Not much in terms of neutral objectives. R is up. I
Yeah.
just spaghettied that whole sentence, but it looks like our team gonna focus. Is this still Shelly? I think it is. It's the first one of the game,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's Shelly, but it's post turret plate, unfortunately for our team.
Yeah, which isn't ideal, but still an objective's an objective, and might be able to pick up the first turret for it. Flash forced out of Cardinals there, just walking up a little bit too far in the 1v2 lane, and Leona puts down a lot of pressure. That plus the slow from the make it range just makes it pretty difficult for him to exist.
Yeah, and Lexar with PTA proct starts to stack up a little bit extra damage on those autos. It's probably good that he did flash, and he can't even hold this turret right now, which is a little unfortunate for him. The rest of the squad headed down. Shelly's going to collapse into the turret, and that'll be the first turret of the game going the way of ROTM. A lot of extra gold in the back pocket of Blazing Cake. Boar looking for Lexar and Cold Dog, but not really going to be able to find anything. Cake still hanging around. He's got Garithar in his back pocket. They're going to land the snare onto the Jarvan as JDK comes in. Big Pop Blossom coming through. They just eliminate Blazing Cake from the map, and it's 11-9 in favor of Divine Ascension Emerald.
Not enough damage coming out of the duo Blazing Cake and Garithar to actually be able to take down the Jarvan there. The Jarvan has the finished Gore Drinker, has the Tabi as well, or the plated steel cap. She isn't taking a ton of damage right now, especially from that duo.
Yeah, Root gonna land onto JDK, the Lifeform Disintegration Ray chunking through, but the turn from Saturation and JDK onto Garithar. A couple more autos gonna burn him down as JDK with the red buff is actually gonna pick up the kill. Boar, meanwhile, in the bottom lane looking for the 1v2, jumps onto Lexar, but he's gonna get hit by the Solar Flare. That's a combination of ultimates that is very difficult to escape from, and Lexar finishes him off.
It was pretty well played there by Boar in terms of canceling the MF ult with his own Hextech ultimatum, but, unfortunately in the 1v2, just not quite strong enough to actually be able to take it. Pretty well played there by the bot lane of Divine Ascension. Ooh.
Oh, the solo kill for JDK in the mid lane means that pretty much everywhere except top lane falling apart right now for RTM.
Yeah. Just, across the board, not as great as it could be. Blazing Cake had started out the game, I believe, 3-1, but since then has just had a couple of unfortunate deaths and has lost a lot of pressure at this point. And Divine Ascension, for how close this game was a couple minutes ago, now up 5 kills, up 4,500 gold, are very firmly in the driver's seat. It feels like.
And Mountain Dragon on the table here in 13 seconds for both teams. Split one aside, so we're not looking at a super early soul for either team, but I'm sure that they'll like to have it. And RTM not set up super aggressively. They have called Cardinals down. Bleeding Wolves is going to have his teleport available here in just a second or two, so he'll be able to come in on down, make it rain, gonna just get a little bit of damage down onto Boar. Oh, but the
Okay.
engage from Saturation throws him into the jacuzzi, but there's just no follow-up damage. Now the Hex Flash over the wall. They get onto Boar, and Saturation and Cold Dog are actually able to finish him off. Garethar dies to Ignite, and the 2 kills right before the Dragon spawn are going to be more than enough for Divine Ascension. Maybe even they'll get more. JDK trying to finish off Wing. That auto doesn't quite connect, but he'll be able to escape, and Cardinals fighting with Bleeding Wolves in Cyber Brazil. He's trying to escape, but immediately comes out and finds himself surrounded and taken down by Lexar. And 4 kills? There are a couple for Divine Ascension.
Yeah, I think it ends up being 3, but really good engage there on the bot side from Saturation, playing around the vision well, and our team just weren't approaching the Dragon Pit from the same angle. So Divine Ascension taking full advantage of that, picking off a couple of members and sort of winning the fight before it even started there, and it's just sort of exacerbating this issue here. The gold lead has just sort of ballooned in the last few minutes, and our team's not in a good position this game.
Yeah, that's a statement that is true for sure.
Yeah, they scale though, right? Camille, scaling,
Yeah,
Hoggers.
Poggers.
Yeah, they're champion scale. Senna scales really well. I like that when Garethar pinged his stacks earlier in the game, it showed A, how many stacks, and B, the attack range. That's pretty cool. I just like that improvement.
Sorry, there was like a motorcycle or something just like directly outside. It was very loud.
Okay.
Um, and it wasn't like moving for an awkwardly long amount of time, considering we just have a stop sign out there.
Uh-huh.
So I
Well,
was
they're waiting
curious
for it
what
to
was
turn
happening.
green.
True. I mean, red and green are the same thing, so.
What do you do on like the lateral stops lights?
Prage?
Do you just follow what everyone else around you is doing?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, red is also usually on the right, or stop is on the right, or however you want to phrase it.
Is it? I am gonna be honest with you, just from memory, I would have assumed it's the other way.
My wife is
That like
telling me that it's the
red
other
would be
way,
on the left.
so.
So it's probably a good thing.
Prage. Solar Flare onto Garethar. Yeah.
Garthar do be looking slightly dead though.
Just a tiny bit.
Alright, Baron for Divine Ascension. We'll see if Blazing Cake is able to A, get in range to actually be able to contest this, B, be able to smite steal it. It feels like, in current year, oh, Garvin, buddy. Sometimes you just miss the flag, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the flag can be a wasquy with a
Well,
wabbit.
he hit that one, and then he got immediately kicked back out. But Winged is dead, and that's what probably was the big goal. Blazing Cake is on fire, as per his name would indicate, and everybody's going to back away for the time being. JDK is just split pushing in bottom lane, doing his best Tryndamere impression this game.
Do you think that's what his name refers to?
What do you mean?
Do you think Blazing? Do you think it's like on fire?
I mean, I would assume so. His picture on Discord is like a cake that's on fire. So.
I genuinely wasn't sure, if it was, a different Blazing or not.
I mean, it could be. That could all be, part of the meme, but.
That's a really cool recall animation. What the fuck?
Yeah, those skins are super cool. I really like them. The Arcana ones.
Yeah.
Like all 3 of them. Turned out really well.
Arcana, is that like, is that, you know, a skin line with the Netflix series?
I don't know anything about the Netflix series, so.
I don't think it's out yet, so I don't know much about it either.
Oh,
I just
the
know that it
oh the
exists.
Arcane, the
Yeah,
anime. Yeah, no,
yeah.
it isn't. It's like tarot cards, but yeah.
Well, how do we know that Arcane isn't about tarot cards?
Uh, the previews don't indicate that, but you know maybe it could be. Solar Flare, not quite going to land onto Boar, but does land onto Garethar, forces his flash away. They'll get the root onto Saturation, try to turn a little bit of damage back here in this corridor. Oh, they can't quite get the lineup there for Cardinals. He had the Q3 lined up and ready to go, but if they can ever land that in that little corridor, they have like Lee Sin Kick, plus they have Lifeform Disintegration Ray, that might be the play. Instead, Blazing Cake is going to find everybody waiting in that bush for him, and that does not go very well for him.
And he went for the wolves and found 5 members of the opposing team instead. You hate to see it.
He found a Bleeding Wolves instead.
Okay. I
Let's
like the
zoom in at
tech
him.
from Garethar. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
QS Paw?
there do be some ults coming by. Winged is going to die. Lexar is just
Oh my
auto-attacking people to
God.
death. That's a double kill for him. Bleeding Wolf's going to throw Cardinals into the Death Realm, and we'll see if he's going to pop out at all. He does, briefly, and then gets autoed by Bleeding Wolves for the kill. And the Baron now is going to get autoed down. They actually don't have a jungler right now. Saturation has just taken the Dragon, which puts them on Mountain Soul Point. Boar hanging out over the wall, going to spot
They
2
gave him
wards
the
in this
word.
bush.
Oh, don't take the word. Oh, he could have used the word to stack up Q2 and then go in with the true damage and steal the Baron. There was
Well,
an angle there, you know?
oh.
I liked it.
Boar,
Um,
I like the look. I see what he was going for.
yeah. For sure. Okay. So there is no Ornn in this game.
Right.
But what's the Rift Maker upgrade?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you Everfrost either. It's probably like Permafrost.
That makes too much sense. Gore Drinker was something stupid, right? Like Ceaseless Hunger?
Yeah, Ceaseless Hunger. You got the triple Ceaseless Hunger game tam.
Yeah.
Everfrost is Eternal Winter. Alright, well.
You were right there. Holy shit. Cross Eternal Winter? That's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, I couldn't even begin to think about what Rift Maker would be. Or is that the one that's like Gaia something? Because it's like Earth making... I don't remember.
Yeah?
That might be right. That might be completely wrong. I kind of want to look it up, but Garethar is probably dead again. Yeah, that didn't go super well for him.
Maker Rain's kind of broken. Just like the range at which you can lay down that slow, and if you're a champion like Senna, it's kind of a death sentence. You know? Because you know in the lore she's related to yeah, never mind. It was a bad joke.
No, I'm with it.
Oh.
Icathia's Curse? Is
Stop
that right?
it.
It's just called Icathia's Curse?
There's no way.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest fucking name I've heard in my life.
That's what the wiki says.
Okay, Baron
Oh,
Steel?
Baron, there's something
Coming
happening.
up?
Boar is dead to Pop Blossom.
Oh,
But
he's
Cake
in
is
there?
in, but he didn't quite get the smite down. It's secured by Saturation, and Blazing Cake trying to fight his way out of the Death Realm, but Bleeding Wolves will take care of that, and Divine Ascension is up 11,000 gold now.
Yeah, they should be able to just put this on now. You know, it feels bad to be a Senna some days.
Yeah, Lifeform Disintegration Ray really isn't disintegrating anything in particular in that case, and Lexar is fine, and he's got a double kill as he pops him with his water guns that make coconut noises for some reason. I need the lore behind that one. Why
Is
do
that a
her?
coconut noise on the auto attack?
Yeah. What else would it be?
Oh, she's shooting coconuts, right?
Is she?
They kind of
They're
look
like
like
water
coconuts.
guns. How would she fit coconuts in there?
You know, it's MF. She has a lot of coconut.
I
Um,
I
I,
I was trying to avoid going there, but I'm glad to see
I
that you went there.
well, I mean, what would the other option be? Your water balloons? Because you know she could also be shooting those out from her water gun.
Yeah, but would those make like a noise?
Um, maybe she has rocks in them, and that way
She
they
just,
really pack a
she
punch.
just hides the rocks inside the water. All right.
That's an issue that water balloons have. Is like sometimes they just don't pop on people, right? Like
Right.
they just like bounce off and then pop on the grass, which is just like not what you want from a water balloon.
Yeah, or you just
Um,
get like decked in the face by it, and it just like, oh,
yeah,
it hurts so bad.
I think the strat with
Those
water
things,
balloons might be a lot like the strat with snowballs, where you put rocks in them to make them really pack a punch.
like, water balloons seem like what they should be such a fun summertime activity, but they just kind of suck.
They also take forever to fucking set up, right? Like you have to fill them up, and it takes forever, and it's a pain in the ass. And then you like throw them all really fast, and they don't actually work. Just honestly, most summer activities kind of fucking suck, right? Like
I mean,
even water guns. Water guns should be fun, but you have to refill them so often.
summer just kind of fucking sucks, like, straight up.
Honestly. Speaking of summer activities, the beach is bullshit. I don't know why people like going to the beach. I unironically, you know, the sand fucking is just awful. It is coarse, irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, calm down, Anakin.
I know, that's why I said unironically, you know. I'm right there with them.
Yeah? You're right there just
Absolutely.
murdering children all the time?
I didn't say that. I said on the sands though.
Okay.
Um I think in general we should avoid murdering children. Okay.
Alright.
Garethar
They got
got
the
the
trade back.
snipe?
Yeah,
Picked up
Garathar's
the
in it.
kill on Alexar?
He's got 2 kills
Podridge?
now. Boar's in, looking for Cold Dog. Gets the tactical sweep. Not quite enough damage, though. Bleeding Wolves. I don't know why I keep calling him Blazing Wolves. That would be a pretty cool name, though. Saturation gets rooted up, but they just don't have the damage really to follow up. Boar has to be very careful about how he handles this with Garethar, but they're chasing DAE out of the... Well, now they're not.
Oh no.
JDK has decided that it's time for Garethar to die, and therefore he does. Dragon's Up. That's Mountain Soul for Divine Ascension.
Which would be like more edgy of a name? Bleeding Wolves or Blazing Wolves? You know, is it the blood or the fire?
Um, I mean, probably the blood, because that would imply that there was like a sharp object involved that made them bleed,
Uh-huh.
right? So that would be edgier.
Okay. But a lot of fires are started with sharp object, right? You know, with the flint and the steel, you have to use, you know, a sharp object to create the sparks. Well, not to create the, but to like to scrape off the magnesium.
To scrape off the magnesium.
Isn't that what you do? Isn't that how flint works? You create like a pile of magnesium and then you spark it? Am I crazy? If I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong. I'm pretty
I
sure that's right though.
couldn't tell you. Crowstorm are down to their Nexus here. It's 32 to 10. And in comes the squad for Divine Ascension Emerald. They do be green, and, you know, a very creative name that they came up with. Lexar is dead. That's a shutdown for Boar. But Boar is also... He's
Walking
just
away.
fine? He's in the Death Realm. Okay, he gets bopped eventually. It's 4v4 on the map right now. And Cardinals is trying to set the line. Oh, the kickback on the Pop Blossom, but it actually just costs Cardinals his life. It's a double kill for JDK, and the Nexus is going to fall and send us to game number 3.
Yeah, it was close for a little while until it super duper wasn't.
Yeah. So we'll be back with game number 3. I don't like... If I start this stream late, it just goes forever, apparently. So yeah, we'll be right back with game number 3. Crowstorm and Divine Ascension Emerald. We'll see who takes the big dub for for week number 2.
A big dub.
The big dub.
Which one's next?
The only one that's left.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember if we start out with 1701 or 2268. You
I
know.
didn't realize this would be just super loud. It's Caramel Dan's and Star Wars Meme HD. Eh, I'm tempted to play it on stream, but maybe not.
It's only 30 seconds.
Um,
Well, they do
Yeah,
be
but
killing kiddos though.
I'd have to like set it up and whatnot. The last one is 268. I'm pretty sure. I'll double check. Yeah, it's 268.
Okay, that's good memes. That's kind of funny.
That's high praise for my Kato, honestly.
Is it?
Yeah, normally I send you stuff and you're like, didn't watch.
Hey, come on. I've never done that. Have I? Do I be doing that a lot? It's not even
Or
watching.
you just like ghost me on Discord. It happens a lot. That's okay.
Yeah.
I know you're busy. You know. I respect that. I thought you said last game was the for fun game. Why is there an Amumu support in my game?
Yo, Mumu support's broken, bro.
We're supposed to flame it the whole time, is my understanding, just to keep up with the Legends tradition.
Oh, are we?
It's my understanding. I don't
What's
know for
the tradition? Do they normally flame
sure.
Mumu?
They did just kind of flame Amumu the entirety of the first week.
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened? Oh, I just can't see. Okay. I was trying to move the scoreboard and I just lost one half of it. I couldn't figure out where it went, but I found it. As it turns out, it's
Proud of
because
you.
it's green, and
Oh, no.
I don't want to say anymore. I don't know that I got everybody loaded in correctly. No, I didn't.
My people do be showing, so I'm at 0-0.
Yeah, unfortunately, Oriana just isn't there. Which,
Okay.
I mean, that's not like really an issue, but maybe it is. All right. Well, we'll try it. I might have to back up, but we'll see.
All right.
All right. I'm at. Why am I at 1 second? Okay, there we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
All right. Bombside the Rift. You know him, you love him. Crowstorm. Cardinals 29 top lane on the Gwen. Blazing Cake running back the Lisa in the jungle. Wing Nation with the Kennen mid. And then Bor and Garithar with the Tristana Amumu bottom lane.
And on the top side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, trying to close it out with 2 in a row, are Divine Ascension Emerald. In the top lane, Bleeding Wolves playing Dr. Mundo. Saturation the third in the jungle on Jinzhao. And JDK in the mid lane playing Oriana. And Lexar and Coldog in the bottom lane on the Ziggs Trundle combo.
The classic support matchup, Amumu versus Trundle.
Yeah.
Saturation is kind of playing with fire and he doesn't even know it yet. You know, the little peek out there into the river could have been his last, but looks like he's going to be able to avoid the cheese bush.
What a Moo skin is that?
That looks like Emumu. I don't know.
Is
It's
that
either I
Emumu?
assume it's Halloween. I assume it's Halloween. It's Pumpkinhead Amumu. Pumpkin Prince is apparently what it's called.
I've literally never heard of that skin. All right. Well, he do be kind of looking like a pumpkin, though.
So, what do you think is more cruel for Amumu? Would it be if he's in the... Lee Sin, you got to auto, buddy. Is he autoing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just not getting any animations. That's cool. No, that's chill. That's chill. I'm standing right next to it. So if
Do you have like
Amumu...
other people's animations, or is it just like?
I was just Lee Sin. He's just fucking chilling, bro.
That's funny.
Oh, actually, I just don't see auto attack animations.
All right. Well,
That's okay.
Garith's gonna hit the second bandage toss onto Coldog. They'll chunk through, burn the ignite to start out with. Takes a little damage back from the bouncing bomb, but both supports trading some summoner spells. It's ignite for flash though, so Garithar will feel pretty good about that.
game looks a little weird when they don't have attack animations and thinks it's just he's just projecting water balloons without moving. Kind of cool.
Yeah,
Oh, his passive has an animation, but not his normal auto attack. How wild is that?
that's weird that it's just specifically auto attack animations didn't load. That's,
Glenn just slowly walking up to the minions. I'm sorry. Oh,
do you see like the gold pop, or is it just
yeah.
the,
No, I see him dying. Oh no. Yeah, I see the gold.
okay?
It's just literally auto attack animations just aren't working this game. And that's okay.
Well, mine's fine. So
Okay. Um. So, Amumu obviously better in Trundle, right? Like they did Trundle not buy items?
no, he's got shoulder guard.
Oh, I can't see items either. That's we're chilling. We're big chilling.
We should probably pause and let you rewind.
No,
No, no,
it's good
it's good.
actually.
No.
I think
I
it's fine.
paused. I paused. It's 3:27. Go ahead.
Oh,
Rewind it.
okay. I rewinded.
You can like zoom up to this, right?
Uh, yeah. 23, 24, 25, 26,
You could move it
27.
faster than that.
Well, you were at 27, right?
I'm at 3:27.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh,
That's what I
you
was
only have to hit
counting.
backspace. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's cool. It's cool. I'm writing it back. Okay, okay. We are 26, 27, 28.
Okay, we did it.
Look at us go.
I for some reason I was like, oh, he's got to go all the way back to the beginning of the game, and yeah, sorry, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, that. You have auto attack animations now?
I do see auto attack
Okay.
animation.
Do you have items?
I do see
Do
items.
you see Blazing Cake coming to the top lane looking for the gank? It's the slow with the Tempest and the Cripple. He's got the
Okay.
resonating strike. He's in for first blood.
God Gamer. Oh, saturation caught up underneath the turret.
That looked like his
Wing?
auto attack animation didn't load maybe, but he's fine, I guess.
I would have absolutely flashed if I were wing there to get that kill. Oh,
Oh,
Garethar?
Garethar.
The wraparound?
Garethar.
Oh my god.
Man, this pick sucks.
Oh my god. Wait, why doesn't his Q have a cooldown?
He's got two. Oh my god. JDK has to flash away. Blazing Cake. Oh, he's got the flash over the wall. He's fine. We just dive in towers to start off this game. 2-0 for RotM. So Amumu has two charge.
Cooldown?
Yeah, he's got two charges on his bandage now. For
What?
some reason.
When did they do that?
Last patch. That's why.
That's
why Vaughn was
broken.
talking about Amumu support. Boar. That's maybe not the direction I would have rocket jumped, but he's out of there, so whatever, it worked out. But yeah, you have a 3-second cooldown between your two bandages. I don't remember. They
busted.
made another change, but it was so minor that I don't remember it as well. But Bleeding Wolves may be in a little bit of trouble here. But yeah, they made a bunch of little changes to a couple of different champions to like try to make them less binary, I guess. Like the Lucian change where his passive now like applies extra damage when he gets healed or shielded was to like move him back to bottom lane. The Amumu one was to make him playable not only in small amounts. Anyway, Saturation gets a kill.
Badge.
Cardinal's trying to turn this one around. Does he have the damage? He needs another dash. He needs anything. There's a cooldown. He's got it to trade back onto Blazing Wolf. So 1-for-1 in the top lane as Boar gets knocked back by the pillar. But yeah, there's a couple of different ones that they made that have now just completely fucked pro play. Is what the ultimate goal was for Worlds.
Cool. I respect it. I respect
The coolest one, just because I actually really like this buff on Draven, his ultimate will execute people below the amount of stacks of adoration that he has.
Like if their health is below?
Yeah.
Probably doesn't matter, right?
So I think it's neat. Like if you stack up like 200 stacks, if you're good enough at farming Saturation, gets spotted, winged, and Blazing Cake gonna try to chase him. Thundering Maelstrom is available for winged if he wants to pop it. There it is. Blazing Cake is low. He's level 4. JDK finishes that one off, but in comes Garethar to try to trade back. The Ignite will finish that one off as Garethar hits another bandage toss onto Coldog. A flash over the wall. Cardinals looking for it. Throws some of the needles back in. The needlework starting to stack up. He's got the autos. He's got the third stack, and Cardinals will slice through for his second kill.
And a great roam down there from Cardinals, able to collapse on that play, and ROTM picking up a few kills here. 5-2 is the score, up 1.6k. Pretty significant.
Oh,
Oh,
Boar looking for the
four.
solo
Oh,
bolo. Flashes forward. Can he get the last auto? He's got
oh.
it, but he dies to the Hextech minefield.
You know, that one it was pretty close. He almost was able to get it and get out, but Lexar was able to just barely get away and string him along long enough to be able to actually turn that one around. And a trade of kills is not awful.
Yeah, and with this wave state the way that it was, that probably favors him anyway. So it's just a fast back.
Yeah,
Got
it's
back
slow,
there.
it's slow pushing back into war. So Lexar is not in a good position.
So anyway, yeah, they made a bunch of little changes on characters, and I think they're gonna do more this next upcoming patch as well. Because there's like a shit ton of champions on the buff list, and like only 2 or 3 that are on the nerf list.
Okay,
And they're just
cool.
trying to
I
get
mean,
certain champions into worlds, basically, is my understanding.
maybe they're just trying to modernize them, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You're taking some 2014 champions and you're trying to make them 2021 champions.
He do be needing like a visual rework though. Like
Who?
a Mumu.
Um,
He's got those pizza feet. Not in this skin, because it's a new skin, but his old skin's all like trash.
yeah, he's not like that. He's not great. I always he has like the little ribbon that like follows him around like he's fucking Eeyore.
Yeah.
I don't know
Blazing
what that's
Cake.
about.
This is really dangerous. He has. How did. Alright.
Five head gamer? He knew? Maybe Oriana gave it away with her movement. She was kind of cheating over.
Yeah, that and. Like, Cold Dog's been gone from bottom lane for long enough that he's got to be somewhere, and that presumably
Yeah.
was where he was. Like, there's
Yeah,
enough
no, good
tells,
awareness
but
there.
like, yeah, you don't always do that as Blazing Cake, and it's good that he checked it.
Did Amumu get a VGU? When? How long ago?
His effects got upgraded, like his
Oh, well, no one gives
abilities.
a shit about his
Yeah, but
animation.
his actual model is just really old.
Maybe if they gave him a bit of a beauty treatment, people would want to be friends with him.
Yeah, I mean Vex does though, so that's nice. That's a combo from Blazing Cake, set up by Garethar. Cold Dog is trying to chase him down and give him the chompening, but Garethar is gonna say no, respectfully. Not
Oh
into
my
that.
god, please kill him!
It's 8-3 for Crowstorm. They're in for pretty good control right now. 3,000 gold lead. I guess they're not forfeiting this game, so it's all serious. This is
So,
no fun
Amumu
being had.
Amumu can't have friends because he like accidentally like strangles them to death or something. It's like a Frankenstein situation, right? Where he just like accidentally be killing people
Yeah,
if he touches them.
yeah. I also really
Um,
like. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're fine.
I was gonna say I really like that his character design like shows that like all of his abilities make you not want to be near him as the opposing
True,
player, and that's like it's very cohesive.
for sure. So, do you think it's more cruel to like have him segregated in the jungle where you never have to see him, because no one wants to be friends with him, or to put him in a lane very near someone, but knowing that if he comes into contact with them, he will kill them? What is worse? What's more cruel for a Mumu?
What's cool for
Yeah, because it feels like throwing him in bottom lane might just be more cruel than keeping him alone because
yeah,
you're
it's
kind
like
of teasing him.
yeah, it's like giving him that semblance of hope and then ripping it away. Yeah, I can see
You
that.
know.
Saturation picked up a Rift Herald at some point, relatively recently, so we'll see where he wants to go with that. But RTM's looking for the play on top side. Bleeding Wolves, relatively healthy on the Mundo. He's got his ultimate available if he wants to pop it, but they're going to use the Slicing Maelstrom in. They get the stun, they get the kill, and the teleport is going to Probably not matter. Yeah,
Oh
the
no.
whiff on the Orianna ult's not
Ah.
quite there. Saturation looking for Garithar with Lexar collapsing. They'll look to force onto Saturation. They just kill him. That was so much damage from Boar and Garithar. He'll jump back in directly on top of Lexar. They're looking for the Ziggs first, but Boar may be in a little bit of trouble. They're trying to get back kite away to Cardinals, but it comes the bandage toss onto Coldog. The explosive shot might finish him off, just barely
Oh
does.
wow.
And now Lexar is, that's not the right side of the map for him to be headed toward. He's trying to kite away with these bouncing bombs, but Winged is there for the kill.
Yeah, a pretty good collapse there from the side of our team. From, really clean dive in the top lane to then the teleport down and, good pick there bottom side. Just everything going their way this game. So I know Vex is like emo, right? And like said something about wanting to be friends with Amumu.
Hmm.
But is she dead already?
I don't think so.
Because if she's not, I know the emo meme, but I don't think that she can. I don't think she still wants to die, right?
Yeah, she do be calling people normies, though.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like it will actually go well. Because as much as the emo people do be talking about like dying and stuff, I just don't know if that's like gonna end well for her.
She do be a Dawnbringer, though.
Who do be?
Vex.
Is she?
That's her release skin. Yeah, Dawnbringer Vex.
What does that mean though? Like from a lore perspective.
So we can talk
Okay,
about that
Boar?
in a second, because
God Gamer?
to dive, and it is not going very well for
Oh
DAE.
my god.
Lexar even takes an extra tower shot. Blazing Cake's going to steal his kill, but that was a nice 1v2 by Boar. He escaped that expertly. So Dawnbringer and Nightbringer is all about order versus chaos. Dawnbringers are trying to restore order, whatever that means, and Nightbringers are bringing chaos. So presumably she doesn't like it when it's chaotic because it's all loud and random and not great. So she wants order and quiet, and something like that would be kind of the lore situation. It's also kind of interesting because they're doing like another like subversion of it with Kayn, where Rost is going to be the Dawnbringer and Shadow Assassin is going to be the Nightbringer.
Okay. I mean, I dig that. Like, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. It does kind of suck because now if you say Blue Kayn, it could be either of them, just based on the skin. But
I mean, it's already been like that, right? Because
Odyssey was kind of like that. Yeah.
there have been blue Kayn skins where like Ross is blue, or blue Kayn is red. So I think that it'll still be like blue Kayn, just referring to base skin.
Yeah. Well, that and his passive is still colored that way. So, like, Kayn players themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. Garithar, I'm liking the new Amumu. Like, just watching the gameplay, being able to bandage toss twice, I think is actually, like, a pretty huge deal. Because it used to be that Amumu would just, like, jump in once, and then blow everything, and then just be useless. But I don't know, there's a lot of like extra nuance to his play now.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a good rework. It captured what they wanted it to do, so. Or mini rework. I don't know what they quantify it as. Garithar and Boar just kind of bullying Lexar and Coldog out of bottom lane. Meanwhile, Cardinals bullies that top tower into submission and picks up his first tower of the game. And RTM is very in control. 4,000 hold. Garithar flash forward looking for the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Satchel charge out from Lexar is going to get him out to safety. Boar has to be careful. He's got to fight his way out, and that is not going particularly well for him. He gets eventually bashed to death by Coldog. Winged is here. He's got a Slicing Maelstrom available if he wants it now. Pops it, looking for saturation. Do they actually have the damage? The Rocket Belt isn't quite enough. They just don't finish anybody off. And, there's their into the game. They're allowed one. Wing maybe in a little bit of trouble. That Heartstopper Zapper thing is going to finish him off. It's a shutdown for saturation. They'll get this tower, but they lost their top lane tower in the process.
Yeah, but either way, looking for these plays, being able to pick up 3 different kills there, as well as the tower's pretty important. It's giving Divine Ascension a way back into the game, where otherwise, it's just bleeding everywhere. You know, they've at least staunched it a little bit. You know, maybe gotten a couple of band-aids on there, and we'll see if that's able to be enough for them to actually be able to start contesting some objectives here.
Yeah, you do have to look. The carries do be looking kind of scary for RTM. The Riftmaker Nasher's finished up for Cardinals, so he's basically the strongest person in the entire game. Not just this game, but like overall, like any 2-item
Even
combo.
stronger than Tryndamere?
Um, one of
What
the
about
strongest.
what about just Nasus on a Sheen? Is she stronger than Nasus
I'm
on a
pretty.
Sheen?
I'm pretty sure Nasus on a Sheen actually wins that.
Okay, okay. See, that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure. Okay.
Yeah, Wing gonna get pulled in by Shockwave, but he's fine with his Lightning Rush back out. Boar's trying to pick up red buff at the same time as DAE just gonna, you know, take Sheila out of the pit and then beat her to death, as you occasionally do.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, that was a little...
That just felt like a lot. I don't know.
It's what
I don't know.
happened.
We were
Like,
talking about killing kids earlier, so maybe it's not that bad. But
it's like objectively what's happening, which is unfortunate, but, you know.
yeah, it just, I don't know. It just felt weird.
I agree that it did in retrospect, but like, yeah. Garrethar's
Oh,
looking pretty
Garrethar?
engaged. He's trying to find the curse.
Okay.
He hits 4. There's just not that immediate follow-up from RTM, but now the collapse from the top as Cardinals is in with his teleport. They'll finish off Cold Dog on the top side. They'll finish off JDK on the bottom side. Zinzao gonna collect 1 back. Bleeding Wolves is still okay, but Boar eventually knocks him down with the auto attacks. He's got the double kill. He's got the triple kill on the rocket jump forward. And ROTM comes up with 4-4-2. Lexar may be looking to steal, although Boar is going to have something to say about that, I'm sure. Just no fear in the face of all of these explosives.
Yeah, which I don't think that, you know, Boar necessarily wants to follow too closely here. Could be a
Oh
little
no,
bit scary.
Lexar. He's going to try to stand his ground and fight. I respect that, but Boar's on a rampage. He's 8-2 now on the Tristana.
You do be pretty strong, though.
Yeah, RTM very ahead right now at 14 minutes. They're going to wail away on another tower, so they're 4th of the game. And 5,500 gold lead in their pocket, as they're even continuing to steal away some of these jungle camps. And Cardinals, Gwendolyn's 29, just pushing away.
I kind of really don't like this Amumu skin. Like, when he has his W on, there's just like a sad pumpkin on his head, and then like the circle around him has like little sad pumpkins, but it looks like, I don't know, like those cheap Halloween stickers that you would get. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not digging it.
I honestly can't say I've ever seen this skin before, so
Well,
this is
wait until he turns on W. And like look for it and see.
All right.
There's like the little pumpkin at the bottom. It looks like a cheap sticker. I don't like it, but
it does look kind of sad. Cold Dog's forced to use the subjugate there, which does shred through Amumu's resistances, but unfortunately now it's not going to be up. And RTM will... I don't know exactly what their plan is right now. They're very split. Winged is just getting vision control over this Baron pit, but they're not threatening Baron. They're maybe looking for this.
Oh, they're gonna catch out Ziggs.
As Lexar is in a little bit of trouble. He gets collapsed on from multiple directions. Garethar flashes forward looking for the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Blazing Cake and Boar try to turn back in to look for the DPS, but they've lost Garethar. Blazing Cake not quite able to find that resonating strike, but Wing chases down Lexar on the backside. He'll finish that one off. The Shockwave does pull in Boar, but he's got the rocket jump back away. Blazing Cake and Boar still pretty low. Cold Dog may be looking for the pillar. There it is onto Blazing Cake, but he's got the safeguard back out. Meanwhile, Gwendolyn's 29 is just continuing his split push assault onto these towers. They'll use the Buster Shot back away. Sheila's dropped. It just glitched through Blazing Cake, but I'm sure that that's fine.
Unlike their base right now, which is not fine.
Yeah.
Gwen's about to take inhibitor.
Yeah, Blazing Cake forward, just stopping some of these recalls for the time being. They have to be careful not to, lose all of their health in the process. Blazing Cake has the safeguard back out. Boar just autoing through. They're looking for Cold Dog. There's the engage. The slicing Maelstrom from Wing tears through two of them. Bleeding Wolves trades one back, but he'll eventually fall. Gwen was eventually chased out of the base, but the triple kill for Wing Nation means that this four-man squad for RTM is going to look potentially at Baron.
Yeah, and it looked like the type of fight that might be able to get DAE back into this game, but unfortunately, in the extended fight, our team was able to play the ranges really well, find that engage, that re-engage rather, onto the team, and just pick up the last few kills. And our team very firmly in the lead here.
Yeah, they might have to be a little bit careful here. Don't.
Nah, fuck it. Oh, teleport's coming in. Maybe you don't. It's alright, we can chill for a minute.
Nah, fuck it. Let's,
I mean, so your Tristana's missing. Your Tristana's really strong. Maybe it's better to wait for her.
yeah, I just like that coaching advice from Grandmaster Smurf Aikido. Nah, fuck it. Get that framed.
Holy shit, I just got... What?
Everything all right?
Yeah, I just got an email from Ryan.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Man, what's more important, an email from Riot Games or this Platinum Game cast that happened 3
They
days
just sent
ago?
us all the deck codes, so...
Oh shit, already?
Poggers? And the schedule, which it's insane to me that we didn't have a fucking schedule until right now.
Yeah, 3 days beforehand is probably enough time to just completely potentially reverse your sleep schedule so that you can be up in time for like an
Oh
8 a.m.
my
stage
god.
match.
And my first game is against Pin Ping Ho, which is the probably the best Asia player that made it. At like 8:50 a.m., which that's what I was
Nice.
hoping for.
Yeah, get up at 7, get some coffee, you know, chill for a little bit maybe. Call in for work, I guess, on Thursday. Wing looking for the slicing Maelstrom. Cold Dog gets stunned up, and the fight is just collapsing around DAE. They have no health bars left. It's a double kill for Boar as he jumps forward. Kick back in onto Bleeding Wolves, but they have enough dashes to chase him over the wall after the flash. It's a full house split between Boar and Cardinals 29. They'll teleport into this top lane. They'll finish off the game in the series 2-1. And yeah, that game kind of exploded out of nowhere. RTM in the driver's seat through most of it, but they'll finish off the game in relatively quick succession, a 24.5 minute. I'm just hiccuping over this, excuse me.
Yeah, a much more commanding game there. Not a whole lot of throwing. They played very controlled. And yeah, we're able to pick up a pretty clean win there.
Yeah, well, that'll do it here for us this week. Congratulations to Crowstorm improving to 2-0 on the year. We'll see them back in action next Monday. All right. Are you streaming on Thursday and Friday? Do you know? Or is
I
it on the
don't know if
official
I
stream?
can, to be honest.
Okay.
Everything's going to be streamed on the official stream.
Oh, is it just
I
like
can
one at a
give you.
time? Okay.
Yeah, they're showing everything.
All
So
right.
this is like an 8-hour broadcast
Okay, so it's
or
like
10-hour broadcast. It's fucking insane. Sorry.
Thursday morning, right?
Yeah, so it starts at the show starts at 8 a.m. It looks like. I assume this is Central Time.
I
Oh,
thought
it
that
might
that was
be.
Pacific
Oh,
potentially.
it probably is Pacific. So I guess that's 10 a.m. Central Time.
All right. We'll double check on it, but plan
Yeah,
on
I'll
like
send you the.
10 a.m. I think it's LOR World Championship is the stream, if I'm not mistaken, or like Legends of Runeterra,
I think
twitch.tv/Legends
it's
of
just
Runeterra.
Legends of Runeterra. Yeah.
Um, but we'll link it in the Discord. Support Aikido this weekend. He's going against the best in the world. It's pretty insane. We're all behind you. I don't know how many people are left, but we're all cheering for you this weekend. Um, Hopefully you do well. If not, top 16 in the world's still a hell of an achievement. So, um, anyway, there's my public shout out to you. But
I appreciate it.
congrats again, and will be watching. I'll try to bring you up while I'm at work on Thursday. But yeah. So support Aikido on Thursday on the Legends of Runeterra stream. On Friday, um, I think depending on the timing of it, we're gonna do the gold cast. Not probably not with Aikido, but with somebody else. And then Monday we'll be back with the 2 platinum teams. So uh, yeah, it's a busy week in ROTM land here, and hopefully you'll join us for all of it. And with that said, we'll see you guys next time. It's really starting at 10. God.
Yeah, no, I already took the day off. Because I didn't know what fucking time I was going to be playing.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane.
It's still weird to me that it's on a Thursday, especially on like a pro scene that they don't. I mean, so like it's a normal year, right? You'd have to like fly somewhere right now, right? Like they'd have to try to get you guys all together. I'm assuming they do a land.
Potentially.
I don't know.
Potentially, yeah.
Maybe they wouldn't do a land for LRS.
I don't know. I don't know how they would do it.
Do you have like your passport? You might need to get that for
do
the future.
not have a passport.
We should all get our passports together. Anyway, bye stream. Oh, I should see if there's anybody to host. That would be like a good thing to do. Go watch. The only channel I have on. Go watch Runeterra Academy. They're another league. Wait, are Nightless playing? Pog? If Nightless are playing, go cheer for Nightless. They're our bros. If they're not, I don't know. Just go here.